Welcome to the Jester Show. There's one person watching this, probably me. All right, cool. It's right there. Anybody up here? Turn that down. Oh shit! Word up? What's up? What up? What live? Oh, Tammy, hello. Oh shit! I gotta put banners up. Oops, forgot about that. What's up, Tammy? What's up? What live? What's everybody doing? Y'all chilling? Good to see y'all. I don't know if well, seeing if everybody's on there. Anybody want to come up and hang out or whatever? I need to text Yorga. No, I didn't text him. Let's see here, Yorga. There we go. All right, there we go. Yorga. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's see if he. Thank you very much, Tammy. I had the stitches out yesterday, and got my stitches out, and they said about another week, and it'll be all good. No, Christina's laying down, itty bitty. She's tired. She sprained her ankle or twisted her foot or something. She hurt herself earlier today while I was at work. She's laying down right now, so I think itty bitty's asleep. School's out now, so there's no more alarms. Yay! No more alarms. So that's cool. I'll have to get up at 5:45 every morning for at least 2 months, unless I got to work morning shift. Baseball game is on. Yankees are losing. Eric, God bless. Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, exactly. I got tomorrow off, but I haven't actually got to go to work because I have a mandatory meeting tomorrow for some shit. I don't know. Larry, good evening. Good to see you, buddy. Larry is present. Yep, other than that, ain't been doing much of nothing. Thought I might come in and say hello. See how all y'all have been doing. Got me a new safe and a couple new pew-pews. Itty bitty got a pew-pew. And other than that, been doing pretty well. Got me a new 12 gauge, 16 gauge, and 22. Itty bitty's got a 22 rifle too. Pretty sweet. I know. I hope maybe Yorgo will show up. I don't know. He hasn't texted me yet. Hopefully he'll show up. What I should do, I should. Oh shit! I can't do that. Well, I don't know. He probably wouldn't answer. Maybe he might be out again. Remember where was he the other night? He was What the hell was he? It was somewhere. I think he was out at like Pizza Hut or something like that. Applebee's or somewhere. Ruby Tuesdays or something. And he was hitting on the waitress or something. I don't know. That was pretty funny. He was watching. But I probably won't be on for too long now because I'm freaking tired. It wasn't really busy at work, but I had to be there. So, now that goes. Other than that, though, everything else is going good. I wish York would show up. What about Boswell? Boswell might show up too. Craig might pop in somewhere every now and then. I know Garrett will pop in sometime. You know, you just gotta wait for him. Eventually, they'll show up. Uh-oh. Damn, LA. Yankees are stinky poo. Stinky poo. Yeah.
Job has been going really well.
How's y'all's weather been? Have y'all had any weird weather lately? Like, have the clouds been looking weird to y'all lately or something? Yeah, I was just wondering. Because, I don't know. You get weird pop up thunderstorms, but they haven't been like they used to been. It's like just weird. I don't know.
My weather's been a little weird lately. And this week we got the U.S. Open coming up, the golf tournament. So I am not going anywhere near Pinehurst or nowhere. Like, Steve, what it do? Good evening, brother. Glad you could make it. I hope everything is going well on your side of the over there in the
Hawaii. That's it. See, I can't think, man. I had a long day today. My head's doing well. It's still numb right here, though. Can't feel nothing right there. That. Still numb right there. She said I had to be careful, though. Like, I still had to put my polysporin and shit on there, but she said still be careful with it. Because I can still pop it open. But she said it's healing very, very well. Once it heals completely, she said all the swelling should all go down. I was like, yeah, whistling while I get housework done. Nice, nice, no problem. Get your housework done. I need to do that tomorrow, and I'm off tomorrow. But like I said, I have that meeting that I have to go to. It's only like an hour, but other than that, I need to like do the dishes, and I got to vacuum because we got pillows and stuff all over the place. And that's just because the kids play with that shit, throw them all over the place. Itty bitty be wrestling with the dogs. She throws and beats them and runs into them with pillows. They all have fun. But I think we're gonna go in the backyard and shoot tomorrow too. I'll take some videos of that. Itty bitty with the pew 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 pew. It's pretty funny. She knows how to open it up. She puts the round in there, closes it, looks down the barrel, she turns the safety off. She, well, it doesn't even. There's no kick. It just. And then she knows how to open that back up, grab another one, puts it in there, closes it down, looks, turns the safety off. She knows how to do it all. She'd be like, let me show you how to do it. Would your Hellcat? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hellcat, hell yeah. Yeah, I got a nice shotgun though. But I inherited it, you know. But it's got a scope on it. It's pretty funny. Never seen a shotgun with a scope on it before. But I think I'm gonna take the scope off of my AR-22. I got a laser dot for that bad boy. I might put the laser dot on the AR. And then I'll have like two random scopes to put on something when I get them. But my new 12 gauge, that's going to the turkey show. And I got another 12 gauge like a month ago, man, with a pistol grip on it. Midwest Survivor, what is up? How have you been? You have a badass gun. I know exactly what you're talking about. Steve, do those work? Do those fly guns, do they really work? Because I looked them up, man, and they're like $70, like $78, $80 around there. And they have like, I guess, certain salt pellets or whatever you got to put in there too. And it comes with it or whatever. But then I also seen another one that was like $124 and it was a revolver. And it had little round discs that you had to put in there. But I want the assault rifle salt gun. Do they really work? Hell yes, they do, and it kills the flies. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the flies around from the spring into like the freaking fall in my area where I live right here is bad for flies. I'm talking about horrible for flies. Like they fucking buzzing around here and shit, man. I mean, they're bad. And no matter what you do, man, you just always have fucking flies. I want it because so it does work. Oh, no problem, Midwest. I understand, man. Get your work done. There's a fucking fly right there. Get your work done. But thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it, man. God bless, brother. But yeah, Steve. Oh man, I definitely got to get one then. I got to get some cash. I'll save us some cash. Put some sell money to the side and order one of them bad boys. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah. If I'm still on, yeah, definitely. And hey, I know exactly because me and Christine, we had a wooden shelf that we got, and we spray painted that bad boy matte black so it could, match the living room or whatever. She wants to put it in the corner over there, way over there in the corner. That's where she wants to put it. I gotta drill holes in the back of it so I can put fucking damn cords through there. But yeah, we did that the past 2 days. We spray painted it black and it's nice. But yes, I understand what you're talking about. But hell yeah, I definitely want to see that bad boy because I want to get one of them bitches. I'm gonna sit around and fucking shoot the shit out of flies. You damn right I will. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, all right, cool, everybody. We got a guest coming up here in a little bit. Steve's doing a little work. When he gets done, he's gonna come up with his fly gun. He's gonna show us how to shoot the flies. That's what I'm talking about. Because I've been thinking about purchasing one. I've been looking them up on Amazon. Like I said, they're about $80, give or take, around $80, 75, $80, somewhere around that price range. But anyhow, and get big bag, fucking rock salt or whatever it goes in there. But I don't give a damn. I'm gonna buy it. Fucking go fly hunting. That would be awesome. Damn, kill some damn flies. The only problem is Flint will probably go crazy with it because that dog hates guns. Like if I were to pull one of the rifles out right or shotguns out right now, he'd go crazy. Like he'd be like trying to bite it and shit, getting all pissed off. Like he hates guns. It's crazy. Cheryl, good evening. Yes, I am healing up well. All the stitches are out. You can feel it when she took the stitches out. That's crazy. Shot a 10 millimeter yesterday. Handgun, that bitch is huge. I got a fucking hell of a kick to it too. That bitch is nice. Bam! Yeah, past couple days we've been shooting PPs, having fun out back. But tomorrow we're definitely gonna shoot some PPs. Shoot 22 over here at what Sam's Club. Oh, that's when they first came out. See, you got like the original series and shit, man. Like the very first ones, like the ancient ones. Like if someone had like the original iPhone, like iPods or whatever. Remember the iPod? I think that was before the iPhone, where you could where they had all their music and shit. That was back in 2000s, like 2006, I think, or something like that. It was a while ago. Some kids don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I talk about it at work. Tony, what's up? Guess what, Tony? The U.S. Open is here. Yes, it is. I believe the ambassadors are starting to arrive this weekend. Nothing but rich, yuppie golfers. But one of the guys I work with, his main job is at the hotel and or not the hotel, the hospital in Pinehurst, which is literally not that far from fucking the course, of course, because it's in Pinehurst. But he was like, oh yeah. He's like, you can see fucking, private jets flying by. Actually, if we were to go out tomorrow, man, and drive by the Moore County fucking airport and shit, we'd probably see all types of different fucking full of private jets in that bitch. Full of it. Nice fucking golfers and rich people that want to help the climate, but fly in their jets here. You played golf in the sea. You're lucky, man. I haven't played golf at all yet this year, and I want to play at least 2 rounds. I know I can get one round in, but I want to play at least 2 this year. Then you went noodling, and you're a crazy bastard for going noodling. No offense, anybody, but sorry for my language, but ain't no way in hell I'm going noodling. No, sorry. I'll go fishing. I'll go fishing. You can noodle, and I'll fish for whatever I fish for. And you can noodle over there. That's funny, but Tammy, you're crazy as shit too. I'm not doing no. What happened? Oh shit! Dodgers just fucking hit a grand slam. That's what happened. Damn! I bet you did catch some real nice ones noodling, but they're no. I can't do it. I can't go noodling. There's no way I can stick my damn. That's just no, thank you. I don't know. Oh my goodness, what are you doing?
You have no pants on. Come on.
Oh, you need to go back in there. Get me kicked off and give me a strike. What's up, Sharon? How are you doing?
No.
Uh oh.
Down.
Better hurry up, Tony, because
No. You can do it next time.
or not Tony, Steve. She just woke up. She heard me come on.
No. Wait for Daddy to finish.
Gotta wait for Daddy to finish.
Lay down
That's
and go
right.
cuddle.
That's right. It's time to go cuddle with mommy. You go night
I
nights.
wanna cuddle with you.
That's right. You go night nights. Good to see you, Sharon. Like I said, man, I can't go noodling. There's no way I can. That's just. But see, I don't catch them though, or keep them. Do you keep them and eat them, Tony? See, I throw everything I catch back. I catch them and throw them back. I do it for the sport. I don't eat fish. Did y'all hear that? Carbon. Okay, it was him. It's Carbon being crazy. Like I said, ain't no way. You had a very eventful day today, Tony. You went and played golf. What time was your tee time? Tony, excuse me. What time was the tee time? It took about 3.5 hours for 18, give or take for you, right? And then you went noodling. That's a fucking good day right there. You know, when I was in recovery from this stuff and everything, I asked to do both of those things and I could not do it. I was told no. What's up, 420? Good to see you. 9 a.m. Okay, so you were done by 12:30, give or take. 12:31, give or take. And depending also if you walk or ride, like give or take about 3.5, 4 hours for a ride. That's 3.5 hours, three and a half. So, and then you went noodling. Fuck yeah, man, that's awesome. 9 o'clock's a good tee off time because it's not too hot. Depending on the greens, it could be, not too wet, but yet, not drying out. So they're really fast, nice. Good speed. But yeah, I think Monday starts practice rounds here in Pinehurst, and then Thursday actually starts the main round, and then Wednesday is Christina's birthday. Yeah. Oh, 4-man scramble. Damn, 12 under. I can hear you. A 4-man scramble. Damn, I hear you. Shot 12 under. Holy shit. Best ball? Probably hitting best ball, right? I like best ball. Let's drop right here. Yeah, that's about it though. Just hanging out, chilling, smoking. Got a day off tomorrow. Didn't have nothing else to do. Couldn't go right to bed because I'm not really tired. Oh, thank you. I'll let her know. You said that, Tammy. She's in there. Her foot's all swollen and shit. Like I said, I think she sprained her ankle or her foot or something. It's just weird, man. I have like 3 different TVs I can hear at one time. I hear Isabella's TV down there, and then I hear her in the room, and then the baseball game. Sometimes tripping me out because it sounds like I hear a cat crying, but Luna's friggin' right there. We ain't got no other cats. Shut up, Flint. If you're tired, go in the other room, buddy. He gets mad when he's tired. He's trying to sleep. And talking and everything. He'll start grunting and growling, telling you to shut up. Right, big boy? That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Look at Flint. All the way back there. Carbon. Good boy, Flint. Hey, Carbon. What do you want? What are you doing? What? Ow. Ow. Good boy. Yes, absolutely. Let me give you the StreamYard, Steve. Hold on, bud. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to copy it. And then come here, post, paste, and do that right now. There we go. Ta-da! No, Flint is not Tammy. He's not from one of Hawk's litters. He's from one of the employee from my old job. He's good. He's sleeping though. He's passed the fuck out. Carbon. This dog is always crazy. We had to get him some of these little doggy CBD chewies, and they work for him. But you have to be consistent. Like if you miss a day, you got to start all over with him again. He's crazy. Carbon is crazy. Yep, Wednesday is Christina's birthday. You quit licking the. Stop. Quit. He's licking the desk. Quit licking the desk. There's nothing on there. Dumb dog. He does stupid stuff sometimes. Alright? Dummy. There's the StreamYard there, Steve. Let's see here. There we go. Carmen, leave the cat alone. There he is. What's up, baby?
Oh, what had happened was,
What's going on?
see, what happened was that salt thing.
Yeah.
It's it was laying in my lap once, and it accidentally discharged and got me in the eye, and it was assault. I just came up with that. I thought it was funny.
You know what? It's good that you're here because I thought of this, at work because I just got a lot of time on my hands sometimes and stuff because I sit around and don't do shit, compared to my last job like this one. I really don't do nothing, it's easy. And I was thinking, why do we always address the elephant in the room? Why is it always him? How could why is it always the elephant that we address? Why is it never the alpaca or the skunk? Or the cow. I mean, because that's where the bullshit comes from, right? So
I was gonna say that, and especially the skunk, because it stinks to high heaven.
Exactly. So why are we addressing the elephant all the time?
Right.
Yeah.
Elephant's just minding its own business and shit.
Yeah. See.
You know?
And then another thing is it's kind of crazy. Yes. Oh my goodness. Hold on one second, Steve.
So, I was gonna ask him first. I don't even know if we can. It looks like a Nerf gun, so I'm pretty sure we could show this. But yeah,
Watch Nastia. It's okay, big
and
dog. Sorry, I had to.
this is where you put the salt.
Oh, okay.
Get it open. Shit.
But also, yeah, hey, I know everybody's seen the videos out there where people find, little baby animals or whatever, and they rescue them, and it you like crows. Like I've seen one or a couple of them where somebody will rescue a crow or whatever, and nurse it back or whatever. Let the crow back. The crow comes back and gives you stuff and everything. But how come we never see the videos where people like rescue flies or like mosquito larvae? You know what I'm saying? And they're like, "Oh, look, he came back with his family, and look, he's eating. Look at that. Look, there's
Now I got
Timmy, and
70. I got
look
73
at
mosquito bites.
look. I saved him, and he all came back with his family."
That's funny. Hey, this thing's sweet though. That's where the salt goes,
Yeah, it's something like that I seen. Yeah,
and it's just regular salt too.
that's all it is. That's all it
Like
takes.
literally regular salt.
Like you can just get like table salt and shit and pour it in there.
Yep, that's what I put in there. Just yeah, you know that the blue thing
Yeah,
with
the
the
little where
yep,
you just pull the tab and pour
yep,
it out.
yep.
Yeah,
That's what's
yeah.
in there. And yeah, you just pump it. You release that, and then it just shoots salt.
And
Right.
when it hits the flies, it kills them instantly.
It doesn't really kill them, but it almost like some of them it kills, but I'd say it kills like 30% of them. But the
Right?
other one, it just knocks them flat on their ass, and they're like out of it. And then you just step on them or
Yeah, and you
whatever,
just
you know.
hit them, and then yeah, yeah.
And then sometimes too, I notice if it knocks them on their ass, and I'll just like, because if there's a like more than one, and I'm like trying to get all of them, it'll be knocked on his ass for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then it ends up dying. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Fuck yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to get one of the bad boys. Cause
it's sweet.
yeah, because the flies, like I said, the flies here are freaking they're just bad, when it's fly season. And
Yeah.
see, I think tomorrow we're going to Tractor Supply. We looked it up on Amazon, and it's $5 cheaper on Amazon, but the shipping on how long it's going to be is just crazy. Like it's not going to get here till like July 27th or something like that, or 17th or
Yeah.
something. And I was like, any other time when we order something from Amazon, it's like, oh, it'll be here in 2 days. It'll be here in 3 days. And the one thing that
Right.
we really wanted was like, yeah, because she seen something about it on TikTok or whatever. I was like, fuck yeah, let's try them out. And it's like, oh yeah, it'll take about like 3 weeks to get there. And I'm like, fuck that, dude. I can't wait 3 weeks.
I
But
get
it's
that a
called,
lot out here for certain things, and it'll be like can't ship to your location because I'm in an island in the middle of the ocean, and it's like,
yeah,
or like my because I wanted to do that magnet fishing,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
dude, and I went to go order like those. Nobody would ship a magnet here. I'm like, what? So I finally found one, but it's kind of like a cheap, shitty one.
Right, right.
And then after that, I'm like, there's not really anywhere to go magnet fishing anyway. So maybe it's a good thing they didn't ship them here. So, you know.
Fuck yeah, that's a crazy thing. But what they're called is, I think they're called Spartan mosquito traps, or Spartan mosquitoes, and it doesn't necessarily attract them to kill them. You mix it with like a warm salt water, so the powder with a warm water in this tube. You shake it up. You put it up in the tree. Okay, and I guess what it does is they go down in there and they take the liquid and take it back to the nest or whatever and kill the nest off that way and shit like that and everything. Um, Also killing the mosquito in the process. But one of them, the radius is like 80 feet. So you could get
Oh,
four of them, could cover a whole entire acre. You know what I'm saying? A square acre, of land,
right.
which I've got an
What's that?
acre.
What's
It's
that
called
called?
like
Because I need that.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Tractor Supply tomorrow and pick them up. They were like $5 more at Tractor Supply. They're $25 like on Amazon, $30 at Tractor Supply. I was like, fuck that. We're just gonna go to Tractor Supply and spend the extra $5. You know what I'm saying? It's called
Right.
Spartan Mosquito. Um
Spartan Mosquito.
something she knows the whole name. I know it's Spartan Mosquito something. I don't know if it's traps or tubes, but they're round tubes. It comes two to one, to an order. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
$25 for two of them, but it's like
Yeah, that's
Spartan
worth it.
tubes,
Cause
mosquito tubes.
dude, literally, like I'm inside my house right now. I'm I don't know. I guess this is like the family room. The
Yeah,
kitchen's right there, and then like on the other side of my monitor is the sliding glass door to go in the backyard. And our screen has been gone, so the doors, all our windows are always up. I mean, we're Hawaii, right?
right.
But mosquitoes, and here, look, I have this burning right next
Oh,
to
I
me
know. Yeah, a citronella thing. Yeah,
because I'll wake up in the morning and come out here, and I'll have like 3, 4 mosquito bites within 5 minutes. Like, oh man! But if we close everything up, it's hot as
it's
hell.
it's
You
a,
know?
like a sauna, and it's just unbearable, right? Yeah,
Right.
I understand. It's like with us. We keep the back door open, not all the time, but a majority of the time, just to let the dogs run in and out. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I don't have a dog door in the back, and the backyard's fenced in. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having to get up every fucking 20 minutes to let the dog out, you know what I'm saying? Or every 5 minutes
Yeah.
because he wants to fucking go outside, we just leave the back door open. Oh, Jeremy, but doesn't that kill your fucking power bill with your heat pump and shit and your air conditioning? No, because I have a blackout curtain on a rod that separates the back that area from the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
as soon as you move that blackout curtain, you can feel the heat and be like, "Damn, it's hot outside." But as soon as you walk past it and go back the other way in the house, you can actually you feel everything. So that blackout curtain creates almost like a seal, even with the
Oh
air
yeah.
conditioning on, so it create and keeps all of the cool air, and it's not like, oh, close the door because I'm not cooling the outside when we were kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. We're not heating the
You know,
outside, or we're not.
it
We're not
doesn't
cooling
matter
the
here
outside.
because those blackout
Yeah.
curtains that I have right there
Dude,
actually keep and does not let any cold air escape from the
or
house.
light, because
Yeah,
those blackout curtains are awesome. We
yeah.
have that in
So
our bedroom, and because what she had, Nina had the house built with her ex husband like 20 something years ago, and I don't know, it's like soundproofed in there or something because you can't hear anything. And
right.
then we have the blackout curtains, and
And it makes
so
it black.
sometimes I'll wake up at like noon and think it's like 5 a.m. and then I'll open the door and be like, "Oh my god, bright light, bright light!"
Yeah, oh yeah, Mogwai, bright light. But
But
yeah, we've got
those blackout curtains definitely work
yeah, I've
really
got
good.
blackout curtains in itty bitty's room, and at night and everything, we close them, you know, and it can be morning time, and see the sun rises in the east that way, right into her room, the sun rises, so at freaking
Right.
5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, bright as hell, but the blackout curtains, it's dark in that room. The slightest little crack in that blackout curtain though will let that light ping come right, I mean, shining
Yep.
in the slightest little crack of them curtains, just like wong. But if you keep it tight, it keeps that room dark.
That definitely does.
Oh
Definitely.
snap.
Shoot, I'm definitely gonna look into that Spartan mosquito stuff though, because I've tried everything, man. And
And like I said, tomorrow, I think me and Christina, we're gonna try to go out tomorrow, and Tractor Supply should be open tomorrow. You know what I'm saying, on Sunday. But we're gonna pick them up there if they have them. So, and the guy said, he said, it didn't get rid of them 100%, but it made a big difference. He said it probably got rid of about maybe, 60%, what I'm saying? Which for where I am, 60% is a huge factor. You know what I'm saying? For me, I
oh
mean,
yeah,
we don't have a lot, but we've got enough to where you have to put on bug spray. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's a pain in the ass to
damn.
put on bug spray all the time. fucking time. You know what I'm
Dude, I
saying?
hate that's my main thing is having it's like I don't want to be spraying these chemicals on me all the time just so
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now we did find I don't know if you can get it. This is an all natural bug spray. They make it for spiders and everything, and they also we're using it for flies and like the fruit flies and little gnat things and everything. But it's called STEM, STEM, and when you spray,
okay.
it's like liquid. When you spray it though, there's no chemical. You know what it smells like? Black licorice.
Okay.
And
See,
I've
I'm gonna
literally
look into that too.
went like this and sprayed it on a fly that's flown in the air and sprayed it. And when it hits it, it just drops it dead almost instantly. I'm like, holy shit, this stuff is great and it's safe. It's all natural fucking shit.
I've never been on a live with Steve before. How you doing, Steve?
Hey Jim, aloha, brother. Nice
I heard you
to
guys,
I
I
don't
heard
want
you
to say
talk,
nice to meet you, but nice
I-
to be on panel with you.
yeah, there's always a first time. Yeah, I heard you talking about table salt. Table salt's better than floor salt.
That's floor spice.
Yeah, I got to get the track. I heard you guys talking. It takes a while to get this camera going. I heard you guys talking about Tractor Supply. I got to get there soon to get Holly dog food.
We are going there tomorrow. Like, well, hopefully we're gonna go. Like I said, we're gonna pick up them traps, and I know if I get two of them, I can put one on one side of the backyard and one on the other side of the backyard, and that'll pretty much, with an 80-foot radius, that will pretty much get that whole part of the backyard done.
That
then-
would cover my whole backyard too.
And then depending on how well they work, I'll get two more to put in the front yard, and then excuse me, the other half an acre that I have way in the back there, that's all woods anyway. So I'm not really worried about putting that back there until we start clearing it out,
I just found this out like a month ago or maybe 2 months ago, but did you know that mosquitoes they can sense your blood or what they can sense you from up to 30 feet away?
Yeah, and see that's why certain people when you're out, like say a group of people, they're out and it's like two or three of them are getting eaten the fuck up by mosquitoes.
That'd be me.
But the other ones are like, what are you talking about, man? I'm fine, man. Ain't nothing biting me. And it's something about that person's blood or that type, that blood type that they have, because I get eaten up, itty bitty gets eaten up, Christina will get eaten up, but sometimes Isabella, sometimes she gets eaten up, sometimes she doesn't. But I mean, I've seen people that's come over here and been like, I don't have them. They're not biting me, and I'm like, you're fucking.
Yeah. Dude, that's
You're crazier than a son. And I have welts all over my arm. I'm like, look, man, I got fucking three of them right there. You're crazy. You're not getting.
I get at least, I would say, minimum 2 to 3 a day from just waking up and here, in the house.
Yeah,
Nina, I don't think she's had a mosquito bite in like 6 months.
You know what draws mosquitoes too? Buckets of water.
Well,
Yeah.
It's not always water too. Like sometimes it's certain like parts of trees or whatever that they burrow into at the base of a tree or whatever too.
Because I've seen stuff like on the county board or our county website, they're saying not leaving buckets of water outside because they like the buckets of water and it causes them to breathe.
Well,
they call it like stagnant water.
And what it is if you tap that bucket and you see little squiggly like worms going down, that's fucking mosquito larvae. You know how to get rid of that easily, Jim? Take a little bit of chlorine tablets and just for like pools, and you just throw chlorine tablets in those buckets of water, and guess what? They don't fucking live in that shit no more.
Well, this time of year, I'm trying to water some of these trees. We had a half-inch of rain a few days ago, and the ground's still dry now.
Oh, well, yeah, in the ground and shit, certain parts of lawns that you think might be dry but still have little puddles of water.
And you know what's crazy here too? Like, this still blows my mind because the mosquitoes here are different. Like the mosquito bite itself here, for me anyway, Because I remember when I was still in Detroit, I get a mosquito bite and it itch, and then like 2 days later, you'd still have the bump there. And here you get a mosquito bite, it itches like 10 times worse. But after 15, 20 minutes, it's gone, and it's like it never happened. No bump, no nothing.
You know,
Okay,
they don't like windy days. Days where it's windy, they don't usually bother you.
you
It's
want to
like
know what's
windy
crazy too? Is this is one of the OMG facts that I used to tell fucking a while back and everything. But a mosquito, when it's raining, will never get hit by a raindrop.
How is that?
Just the way that they maneuver and shit, they'll never get hit by a raindrop.
That's
I don't
crazy
know.
to
Like
think
I said,
about.
I don't write them. I just read them. But it's not my fact. Go check it. But
That's wild though, man. Because you
but
think about, wow,
hmm
yeah, that's
yeah.
crazy.
And also what's crazy too is them freaking mosquitoes. They can breed in, like, say this is a leaf, just a leaf, a dried up dead leaf, and it has a little bit of water in there. They can
Yep.
fucking breed in that shit right there.
And a raindrop.
Mm.
What I was going to ask you is mosquitoes, because those mosquitoes you're talking about are like mine. That day or whatever, it'll welt up and you'll be scratching, but usually by the end of the night or tomorrow, the next morning, it's gone. You don't have a welt there. It's no sign that you had it. And the ones that we have around here, they're black and white striped. And from what I've heard, they're called the Chinese tiger mosquito, and they're very, very aggressive towards humans and mammals and shit.
Yeah,
Plus,
I think that's the same thing. They're really hard to see too, right? But they're
They're
black and they got tiny
white,
little white.
and when you see them is like
I just
right
got a
when they're
mosquito
by
bite.
your face. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to like see them flying, and you could get their eye on them to get them like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
plus they
that's
carry
crazy. And
heartworm disease.
only the female mosquito bites you. The male
It's
mosquitoes
not
don't bite.
males. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Damn
Mhm.
women always causing chaos.
Bloodsuckers.
Yeah, and the mosquitoes carry heartworm disease that infects dogs.
Yeah, that does. That's why we have our dogs on certain type of med ones
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that protects from fleas and ticks and all that shit and everything.
Are ticks bad where you're at, Jeremy?
Do what?
Is the tick population bad in your area?
Population. Okay, this year, I mean, in my yard, um, I haven't had a tick on me personally in like shit. I don't know, a while, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years, maybe. But also, I don't go that type of fishing anymore. Where I'm in a wooded area where they fall out of the fucking pine trees on me, or um, or by the shorelines and shit. Like I just don't really go out in the woods as much like that to get ticks around me. And when I'm using the stuff for the fire ants in my backyard, when I spread that shit, it gets rid of the ticks and shit like that too in my area. So yeah, I really don't have to worry about ticks.
You won't even believe how many I get on me. I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I got on my driveway to change the oil of the truck, and I'm underneath the truck. The next thing I know, I see ticks all over my shirt. I must have killed 7 or 8 ticks. I had to like get out from under the truck. I've had days where I found over a dozen ticks on me.
Damn, that's crazy.
They say where I am is one of the worst areas in the country for the ticks because of the deer.
So you're deer ticks, right? Okay, now I've got a
Yeah.
lot of fucking deer around me here too, but like I said, we really don't travel outside of my yard really that much. Like I'm pretty sure if we went in the woods a little bit, right behind in the other half an acre that I have, and we just played out there for one whole fucking day, yeah, I'm pretty sure we'd find a tick, on us or whatever. But for the most part, I'm not really in like heavy tick populated areas,
What about where Steve's at?
I was just about to say, I don't think I've ever had a tick on me. I know when we had Marley, well, he passed away a couple years ago, our other dog. One time he had a tick on him, and it was like in there too, and that sucked. But other than that, I've never had a problem with ticks. I've never had one on me that I know of. And
Do you guys have
yeah,
poison ivy as a native vegetation where you guys live?
Do we have what?
Poison
poison
ivy.
ivy.
I do. Oh hell yeah.
Because
Yeah.
right, like
Poison ivy, poison sumac, and there's one other one, poison oak. I know for a fact I've got all three of those. I know for a fact I got those.
because if somebody looks it up on the internet, like a few miles from me is Eagleville, PA. It's just like it's a PO box. They say Eagleville, PA is the worst place in the country for poison ivy. And if you get up in the high elevations, you don't see the poison ivy. Like if you go up in the Appalachian Trail, which is like 55 miles from me,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny. It's like poison ivy. It won't grow up there, but it'll grow down here in the valley.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm in the sandhills, but like I'm around golf and friggin' horse country and farm country. But I live in the middle of the woods too. But like I said, I really don't have all ticks on me because I spread, insecticide shit that's safe for the
Yeah.
kids and the dogs and shit and everything, my animals and the kids. But I do that so we don't have fire ants and fucking ticks and shit and fleas and all that shit too, So
Yeah, we don't have the fire ants. The other day, I did some telling right after it rained, and I found ticks on me again, just being on the telling ground, in between the rows of trees.
you know what, Yorga?
Hey,
There's
you're finally there.
Get on up. There's the link for you, Yorga. Come on up here.
The ticks like Jim Boswell, like the mosquitoes like me. I know the mosquitoes like me. But they don't like me. They just like the
Oh, dude,
Heineken.
mosquitoes love me. They love Buck. And see, one of the main reasons that we need the mosquito trap is because over in the shed, I have, is the art studio is the shed is out there. But right next to the art studio is the swing set and the freaking the sandbox, which she loves to play in all three of them. But we get ate up so bad. Like if we're back there in like 5 minutes, I guarantee we'll have like fucking 15 mosquito bites on us easily. I mean, they're just horrible. So hopefully when we get this shit, they'll cut down and cut back a little bit.
And I hardly ever get bit by a mosquito here. Isn't that funny?
Oh shit. See, I wish.
It's all climate related.
We'll have citronella's candles, but sometimes we'll forget to bring them in. And out here, well, here in the South, and here in the South, if you forget to bring your candle inside, it gets so freaking hot outside that it melts the wax and the wick goes all the way down to the bottom. And then you have to dig down in there to get the wax and pull it up, and then you've screwed the whole candle up, digging a hole trying to get the wax, and then you got to try to mold the wax. I mean, I've done it a couple times. That's how I know the process. But it's just a pain in the ass, and then your fingers smell like citronella and everything, and it's hard to get it off your hands, and it's just.
I remember when I was a kid, my dad would have a little container of citronella and a little glass containers, like 2 ounces. Just put that on his arms and around his head and neck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get little welts too. The crazy thing is, like, if we get the first time I see a fire ant hill in my backyard or front yard, the first time I see just you have to put I have to put the shit on that because those things are bad. Like if you just faintly brush up against the against the pile or accidentally knock it over, there's already thousands of them right there that start biting on you, and once they bite, they like latch on, and you've got to like dunk your hands
it hurts too,
brush them off, man. Then you just see like little white dots all over where they bit the fuck out of you, and then eventually after that swelling goes down, you have to pop all them little freaking sacks where they bit you, man, because that's where the poison shit is. They suck, man.
They haven't made their way this far north, thank goodness.
No, man, they're horrible. If you ever get them, they're horrible. And what they
No,
do,
they got them out here, the fire ants. I know I got bit by one a couple months ago on a job. Yeah, that sucked.
they're horrible.
What area of the country are you in, Steve?
Or what's that?
So what state, if you don't mind me asking?
What state? I'm Oahu, Hawaii.
You're in. Okay, I've never been there.
Like the fire ants here, they can be the little. We got the little tiny red ones, reddish black ones, and they use the grass blades as, I don't know, like iron beams for their freaking their nest. Like not only do they dig down, but they bring all that up, and then they use the grass blades and they build their nest around the grass blades too, to create other, holes and structures and shit in it. So you have to pour it all the way around it and then on top of it.
Is Yorga coming up?
I don't know. Yorga, you're getting up here? I'm telling you, fire ants suck. They're horrible. You know when you get bit by one. That shit's like, it's literally like fire.
I wouldn't do good in Hawaii, Steve, because you can't grow Christmas trees there.
Right. Well, see, I'm not sure if it was red ant, but they were red and it looked like an ant. All I know is I was working on this job and it was in the back of their house and it was like just weeds and, they didn't cut the grass. It was just like the jungle, basically. And I moved something and then I seen all these little, and they were red, definitely. So I don't know if that's exactly what, but then I seen them on my pant leg and I'm like, oh, shit. And then I felt something on my hand and I'm like, what the heck is that? And then my whole hand got like,
yep,
like from my wrist all the way up here. It looked like it had like eczema or something, but it was red and inflamed.
And started pulsating. You could almost feel your heartbeat through it, like dun, dun, like dun, 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 like that. It literally, you can feel it pulsing. Yeah, that's what they were. Fire ants. Yep.
What pesticide kills the fire ants?
I don't know. I buy it at you can get it at Walmart. You get it at Walmart. You can friggin' any hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, Tractor Supply. But Walmart carries it. But it as long as it says kills a new, I can't remember what one I got. It's in the shed, but it kills like on contact. Like if you see them, whenever I see a nest and I have my killer, and it's a small one, even a big one. What I do is I knock the nest down first, so they all come up and get all pissed off and start crawling right there, and then I dump it like around them and a little bit on top of them. And as soon as they start, going and start biting the little pellets that I'm putting down there, it's like granules. It almost looks like sawdust. Like you start seeing them curl up and like dying. And they take it down to the queen. And then if you see them pop up the next day, they'll pop up another nest like right by the old one. And you do the same thing. And you'll see the nest just get smaller until it's gone no more.
Well, Jim, this right here says, if you want to know how to get rid of fire ants and how to kill fire ants in the house, you should apply a few prevention and control tips. To get rid of fire ants in the house, sprinkle some cayenne pepper in the areas you have seen them. This is a highly unpleasant powder for them, as is any powder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, an effective way to get rid of fire ants is to mix equal amounts of baking soda and vinegar. Place solution in a spray bottle and spray the problem areas.
Okay, that one, vinegar, and I know you'll probably hear cinnamon. I wouldn't recommend doing that too much, and the only reason why is that was what we tried first before we got the ant killer, and to be honest with you, all it did was kill the grass. Like literally, there was just a big brown spot right there on the grass, and the ants fucking came right back and was like, "Fuck you," and just still kept right on, doing it,
And that's all you got.
Yeah, we sprinkled. We read another thing where it said sprinkle cinnamon on it, and we did that afterwards, and they were like, don't think so, So then we got the killer, and I dumped the killer on it, and I was like, how about you now? Violent spiders, those things are badass. I don't
Look,
like.
it says he's in the joint. I hope he's not in jail.
He can't be in the joint right now, man. They don't let you use freaking your cell phone in the in jail.
Oh yeah, look at this. Furious fire ants rain down on Hawaiian residents. Oh,
Shit!
smokes.
Like raining fire ants, like from the sky.
Hey, Pappy Two Bears. Garrett.
It just says
Now, see, I heard about that before, but I haven't gotten it. Mix borax with sugar water. It kills ants after they eat it. I've heard about that. Someone also told me to do something, but I told them that they were dumb as fuck and I wasn't going to do it. They're like, just take and pour a little gas down on it and light it on fire. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, let me do that.
I was just wondering if it's like, because I have to spray some pesticides on Christmas trees. One pesticide I have to use occasionally is called dimethyl 4EC. It's a miticide that's used on soybean crops. If I put that in my still 400 mist blower, every year I find about a dozen hornets' nest. I get like 20 feet away from these hornets' nests and just spray the heck out of them with that. Then they start coming out of the nest and they just drop. I wonder if that would kill them. People,
go ahead.
So people would think I'm crazy doing that, spraying hornets' nest in the daylight.
You want to know what? You want to know what is gonna sound crazy too? And I can tell you this: that people, damn Hawk, you haven't been on here, and you're on number 25. I've got to do this right now. There you go.
tarot.
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 My wife puts baking soda and vinegar in the drink.
I haven't talked to Hawk.
The vinegar and baking soda gets rid of the mold that'll grow in the drain pipe.
You were saying something about crazy about killing or using hornet killer or whatever, right?
Well, dimethyl 4EC, it's a pesticide.
Okay, well, I seen this, and this was, I don't know, I think it was last year, but I read it and I looked up on it because at first I didn't believe it, and then I looked up, and I was like, holy shit, these dumb motherfuckers really are doing it. But apparently, drug dealers are taking wasp spray, like wasp killer, and they're spraying it on like a screen, and letting the crystals collect on it and drying it out and then breaking the crystals off of it and smoking that shit and putting it in meth and everything and fucking hallucinating off a wasp killer.
Jesus,
something about wasp porn. I don't know why it made me think about that, but I looked it up last year and I was like, no fucking way. And I was like, holy shit, motherfuckers are doing that shit. What's up?
That's insane.
I'll tell you one thing.
Aloha, brother.
One thing I know is people don't realize, okay, pesticide was created by accident. When over in Germany, when they were working on gases, they tried developing nerve gases. What kills insects with the pesticides, when an insect gets hit with a pesticide, it's the phosphates in it. Phosphates are that's what's in clothing. The phosphate, it's like a nerve gas when it comes to insects.
Oh, well, see, I was thinking, what you were pretty much in the same about saying, if this shit was fucking killing wasps just a little bit, just imagine what motherfuckers smoking it, or is doing to them. You know what I'm saying?
That'll affect a person's nerves.
Yeah.
Nerve damage.
I'd be afraid that it'd unalive me. That's crazy.
But yeah, they would, and they even said, like I said, I even read the process on how they did it. They took like a piece of screen, like you can redo your screen on your window or whatever, and they took a cloth screen like that, and they just sprayed the shit out of it and let it dry, and sprayed it again, and let it dry, and sprayed it again, and let it dry, and sprayed it until the whole can was gone and it crystallized, and then they just tapped crystals out on it and fucking bagged it up and fucking boom.
How do people come up with that? Like, I know what we can do to get high.
Chemistry.
We can take this wasp spray. Like, well, yeah, I guess. But like, then why don't they go into chemistry? Why are they selling drugs? Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Like,
oh, look at Gabriel.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, I know. He's going underneath your desk again, ain't he?
He's a fucking horse now. I'm not kidding, man. Yeah. Okay, so this tarot that I use, you can buy it pretty much at any hardware store. You can also buy it. Walmart has it. Places like that. They all have it. And make sure that you spell it correctly. TERRO. And basically, all it is you take and so I'm going to show you this little pack here. Give me a second to pull this up. Don't need any audio or anything, just because of the fact that it's. So you see this little thing here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is it's basically a small bait trap. And what I do is, because I have these long slats on my desk about this long underneath that are legs for my they're flat. They go across like this.
Okay.
And I slide one underneath the leg. Okay. You can put one underneath your stove, underneath your refrigerator. And what you'll find out is every ant that comes in will catch a whiff of this stuff and will work their way to this bait trap. And basically they go in, they eat all they want, and then they take it back. No different than what you were saying before. They take it back, and it even gets to the queen. Okay. Within 2 days, all of your ants are gone. And what's crazy is that tarot stays good in that little bait trap for 6 months.
6 months.
I didn't know
that one trap will last 6 months.
Yep. So
I've used those before, but I haven't got any in a while. That's why when you said tarot, I'm like, that sounds familiar. What is that? But
yeah.
Now, do they? Is it only for ants, or do they have them for other
bugs?
Oh,
they have them. Oh, dude, this is so.
I think they got them for cockroaches.
It covers all crawling insects.
Oh, holy crap!
Insects, spiders.
I didn't know it was flea and tick.
Whoa, even stink bugs, dude. I have at a certain point of the season here, like around towards the end of summer to the autumn, we have a bad stink bug problem here. You'll hear them flying up and walls and everything, and flying.
It's got mosquito on there too.
Yep.
Holy crap!
They all this, and then they take it right back to their queens, because all of them have queens. All. Yep. It's a. And it covers the spiders even go in and eat it.
What?
Yep. Even spiders go in and eat it. Yellow jackets, wasps, hornets, termites, carpenter ants, scorpions.
Damn, that's crazy. I've used that before, and I had never had any idea that it covered so many. I just thought it was for ants and roaches.
Nope. No, it covers any crawling insect whatsoever.
Holy crap, that is awesome. All right, well, I just
wrote. You hear this, Carol?
For the flying insects like flies, mosquitoes, wasps, hornets, they have a slightly different trap for them. And basically all it is it is a bait trap. They come in, eat the bait, and then they go back out, and within 24 hours they're killing off their own kind.
Well, all I know is Taro needs to get a hold of Hawk and sponsor him, because he's got me sold already. I'm going.
Yeah, you've already got me sold too.
It's kind of like it's kind of like what America is doing to its people right now. You know, it's with the food. If we don't pay attention to the food that we're, oh, come on now.
But you hear what's going on in Idaho, Hawk, with the food? They're not letting the farmers irrigate their potato crops, and it could cause a potato shortage.
Say that again.
You can't eat.
In Idaho, the state has shut down most of the farmers from irrigating their potato crops. It costs $4,000 to start an acre of potatoes. I didn't realize that was that expensive. I saw it tonight on a YouTube video. And if these farmers can't irrigate the potatoes, the Idaho potatoes, there's going to be a potato shortage in this country.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, they're doing. So Oregon tried to pass a thing basically shutting down all small farms. Okay. But the people weren't having it. It was it's at the same time that was going on. 13 counties in the state of Oregon told Oregon, we're leaving Oregon. We're becoming Greater Idaho.
Well, doesn't every state has a right to farm law? That would go against it.
Yep. So,
and that should apply to people having a small garden. Having a garden is farming.
Well, hell, you can even get fined where you are for collecting your own water, correct, Hawk?
Yeah, $500 per 50-gallon barrel.
That's what I thought. What? That's what I thought you said. $500 for every 50-gallon barrel they can charge Hawk for collecting his own rainwater.
Yep.
Dude,
it's pathetic.
I don't know if they did it yet or not, but I heard that they're going to make it illegal. Same thing in Hawaii to catch rainwater.
That's just insane.
Part of what it is they don't want anybody testing the rainwater.
Look how Ed Begley Jr., the actor, does that.
Okay, Hawk, here's something since we're on the thing of rainwater now, and we're going down this little hole, which is great. We all know about the chemtrails in the water and the aluminum particles or whatever that they're spraying up there for the cloud seeding. Okay, we know about all that, correct? Okay, then tell me, why is it I can't remember the name or who started the patent or whatever, but he's put a patent on the seeds that can grow in contaminated soil.
Oh, crap.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. I just cannot think of the name. I just got up from a nap.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. But like I said, going down that road and I remember saying something about this to somebody, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "There's a patent out. Somebody put a patent on seeds, vegetable seeds for vegetable gardens that can grow in aluminum contaminated soil." Yep. Now, why would you have a patent on a seed that can only grow in aluminum contaminated soil?
No, it's not Monsanto, Jerry Lee. It's not Monsanto. It's another company. And the thing is they're almost directly associated to the company that does the what's called heirloom seeds.
Heirloom seeds. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, since we went down that one, because everybody's saying weather's been getting real or weird, I'm pretty sure a couple years ago you've seen, this was years ago, and I don't know if you can even find them now, but people were taking the actual snow and putting it in the microwave, and the snow was sparking like it had metal in it, and people were trying to melt the snow with friggin' the lighter, and it was catching on fire, or it was melting like a friggin' candle. It wasn't really, snow.
Yeah.
I seen one
those videos.
He ran outside and he dipped his hands in the snow and came out and turned a UV light on them, and they were green.
Yeah. They're playing with things. They've been playing with things for a long time. The difference is that now Americans are waking up to it. Where researchers are finding out more and more information about it. The thing is they do everything that they can to silence you in regards to these topics. But the fact of the matter is that, word of mouth nowadays in the United States can spread, faster than almost faster than the internet can. I mean, we have the, ability of the phone technology, communications technologies, chat programs, things like that, and I think that's probably going to end up being a final recourse for everybody, is finding chat programs that work, that you're able to still form groups and still be able to have, conversations and everything outside of what YouTube, Facebook, and all these other companies are doing. Because the censorship is getting ready to come back. Okay, we're coming up on the Big E, and it's coming back, and it's gonna hit everybody who's been playing stuff about Trump, and about the election fraud and everything else, and it's already been proven that there has been fraudulent going on. They can't hide that anymore. But and now they're trying to push this the blue, and and trying to do that, and then there's talks about certain generals having conversations with the White House administration in regards to finding a way to force vaccinate everybody to this avian thing. And so there's just the questions pretty much are coming to the point where they're coming to a head. It's the answers that are getting ready to all come forward, and we have to be prepared for that, no matter.
They're destroying animals that have been exposed to it, that haven't contracted it. And being exposed is a good thing, because then your body's going to build up antibodies. They're trying to create a food shortage.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's absolutely no doubt about it. It's there's a deer tick that was found in South Carolina, and another one found in Arkansas that had infected deer that that basically is killing off is killing off the deer, and or poisoning the meat of the animal. Gets into the muscle and the
bloodstream. Yeah. So when you clean it, it doesn't matter if you get all the, if it's out in season and all the ticks are dead. Anyway, it's still got that in its bloodstream.
Yep, it's in its bloodstream. So
the virus or whatever. That they're exactly. Yeah.
I'll be curious to see if that makes its way into Pennsylvania, because the Pennsylvania Game Commission is always posting stuff on their website.
Yeah. And well, see, now you have farmers' rights there, where you are. Not all of Pennsylvania has that. You're actually in a section of Pennsylvania that law is very predominant, and your sheriffs support you for it.
Any farmer that, if a person makes their living from farming and they can prove that they have crop damage, the Title 34 laws affect every farmer.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is report. You got to let the game warden know you're going to be shooting deer for crop damage, and then you got to report each deer you harvest to the Game Commission.
Yeah.
And they're really, I'll tell you, a lot of hunters don't like the game wardens. They're my best friends, as long as you obey the law.
Yeah, as long as you're doing everything,
Yep.
They're not as long as you're not doing anything wrong, they're not going to fuck with you. It's just like when the game warden comes around for your fishing license or whatever. Hell, I ask them first, hey, you want to see my license? And I go to reach for it. Hey, you want me to get my license for you? No, I'm fine. Oh, okay. All right. Bye. See you later. Yeah, I'm doing great. Catching them, throwing them back. See you later. That's it.
Yeah, because the Fish Commission and the Game Commission, they want people to enjoy hunting. As long as they follow the laws, that's the main thing. People have to do it responsibly.
But let's go. You were talking about the truth, though, too, coming out, hard. Yeah. And not only is that going to happen
with the political side and everything with all the politicians, but you can already start to see it with the entertainment side too, with the whole Diddy situation, and now what Caitlyn Jenner is now involved because whatever house was raided a couple like last week or whatever because he's involved with the Diddy, because the same time that was raided was the same time they also found the underground pool and tunnels and places where that happened under Diddy's LA home, and now all these other rappers are having, it's coming out saying that he's selling some of these freak off tapes on the black web for $500 million now to try to get money and everything of all these big celebrities on it. I mean, it's almost like the Cat Williams, interview from earlier in the year that was said, 2024 is going to be everything, all lies and truth is going to be exposed and told in 2024. Y'all just wait, Yep.
And it's pretty accurate statement, but I mean, there's stories about Cat Williams himself,
right. I know that too.
So, but, maybe this is the point where his antics have already been confronted, and the utilization of an individual to bring the rest of the public to a certain knowledge, is the way that this is working out. They're going to turn on each other.
Oh yeah,
they're going to turn on each other. All we have to do pretty much is just share the information and then sit back and watch them destroy each other. Watch them snitch each other out, because it's
happening right now.
Yep.
Everybody is snitching with everything from Justin Bieber to Ellen to Chris Brown to Usher to hell, they even got a Suge Knight sitting there on the damn phone saying, "Yo, they got you. It don't matter, everything they got and they know on you, they got you. You're going down."
And the thing is the reason that they went to Caitlyn Jenner's place is because the direct association to the Kardashians, who were involved in the shit going on with Diddy.
Because they're looking for Kris Kardashian right now, and no one can find her at all.
Yep. But she was at Diddy's parties, drugging people, and then getting the videos of these people doing shit.
Pretty much.
And they have video of her drugging these people, drugging their drinks.
So if you want to look at it in a roundabout way too, also, Diddy is the Epstein of the entertainment and rap industry.
Of the rap industry.
That's what I'm saying.
The rap and pop industry. Hip hop, the rap pop hip hop, side of it, but I think that there's going to be more. I believe that there's going to be one that's going to come out in regards to the country side of the industry.
Right.
And I think that that's going to be a huge one that is going to really spark people and begin to question about whether your artist sold their soul in order to play games, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah. Fuck around and find out,
Yep.
Also too though, but with that, shit, what was I gonna? I was good. You had a good point on that there. With everybody, coming out and all the music industry.
Country music is the only industry that has not been touched now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Country music is the only industry that hasn't been touched at all.
Yep.
That hasn't came out.
You know what else is going on? There's a few people on YouTube that have financial channels about the stock market. And one of the guys I follow, some of these big people, in the stock market, they're posting where this guy lives and pictures of his family members on X, and he is reporting it to the authorities because he's exposing what has been going on with the stock market, how it's being manipulated, and who's manipulating it. And now it's gotten personal.
Well, also what you just said about the whole music industry, the Epstein and everything, couldn't everything also too link back to some of the 13 elites or whatever of the music industry, the rap industry, the country industry, all the way up to the rocks, you
I
know what
think
I'm
it's going to
saying?
start with the three-letter agencies.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you.
You figure they were all created by executive order. If the Team Man comes back, he could just get rid of him by executive order, but he would have a battle unless he has Congress and Senate on his side.
Yeah, right. See, everything's just starting to go crazy. Like I said, you can just kind of feel it in the air. It's like I don't know. The couple weeks ago, we had a thunderstorm here in town, but it was weird because the thunder wasn't like normal thunder you normally hear in a thunderstorm. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, dude, that's doesn't sound like thunder. I mean, obviously we can see it's thunder, it's fucking lightning and then boom, but it didn't sound like normal thunder like you would normally hear in a thunderstorm. It was just
I would love to have a thunderstorm. The ground's gotten so dry again here.
really. We had
Yeah,
really
we were above normal rainfall for 3 months. Then we haven't had one storm where we had more than half of an inch since the first week of April. It's all missed us. Central Pennsylvania, like Harrisburg, even a little bit north of me, Allentown's had a lot of rain. Southeastern PA had hardly any rain. It just keeps like we're in the no rain zone.
now Hawk, you just can't get enough rain, huh? Or I mean, you just get too much of it, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
Well, it's actually the last couple of days we've been it's starting to come up on the beginning of summer weather. We've had 80 degree days and such. So we get a little bit of moisture at nighttime, not much, but from the beginning of fall until pretty much the end of spring, we have constant flooding.
damn. That's just crazy. Now, Steve, you have rain constantly too, don't you? Or at least once a day, right?
Not here
Water.
on the Big Island, like where Nina's daughter lives on the Big Island, on the Hilo side. It's like, yeah, if it's not raining, it's like, what's going on? But where I'm at, I mean, if it like when my dad, here's an example. When my dad comes and visits, and we'll have something planned out for the day, and we wake up and it's raining. He's like, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to find something else to do." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, it's raining." I'm like, "Wait 15 minutes," and then 15 minutes, it's blue skies and the rain's gone. So when it does rain for long periods of time here, then it's like, what the hell's going on? And it's been doing that a lot more lately than it has in the 15 years I've lived here anyway. So, but yeah, certain islands, it does rain all the time, but the island I'm on and the area I'm in, it rarely ever rains.
What concerns me is all of a sudden we'll just get remnants of a storm. Give you an example. The first week of April, there were areas around Pittsburgh, PA that set a record where they had 6 to 8 inches of rainfall in like 24, 48 hours. We either get nothing or we'll get remnants of a storm and then it just won't stop raining. The ground's either waterlogged or it's bone dry. There's no in between. And these types of soils, if the ground gets bone dry, you could get 3 inches of rain, and the next day I could still get on the ground with my tractor and rototill soil because it takes 3 inches to get down about 10 inches.
See, fucking, here's the crazy thing about here is, especially in the summer, is we'll have pop-up thunderstorms or pop-up storms where you won't see nothing on the radar, and the next thing you know, it's just like, boom, thunderstorm, and it just rained for a good 15, 20 minutes and then gone, But the bad thing about those little pop-up storms where I'm at, where we live, is it causes tornadoes. It's not like, it's like Christina, she's used to, the rain and thunderstorms, but that's down in Florida. Down in Florida, you don't really get tornadoes.
Plus, it'll cause erosion on freshly tilled soil. I'm using my tiller purposely not to go real deep, just enough to keep. If I keep the ground free of weeds, it locks the moisture in down deep. Because I know from experience, if I would rototill the soil 6 inches deep, and we would get one of these storms, I could have ditches all over the property because it's all hills here.
Damn. See, I live in the sand hills, but I mean, I've got nice dirt. Like I can go out right now and dig a hole on the backyard and be
But
like.
you've had rain.
But also too, you can go on another part of the property and dig a hole and be nothing but sand. You know, I mean, just sand.
See, the soils here are heavy soil loams. They've weathered from shale and sandstone and siltstone. It's like I got areas of the property that looks like milk chocolate. Then I got other areas that are red, that are heavy clay. Then I got areas that are red, that are like on the sandier side, but it's like a fine sand.
Yeah.
Like the soil you have, I think it reminds me of what New Jersey has in the Pine Barrens. Just like when you get up, like the nurseries I buy little trees from, Alpha Nurseries in Michigan, right, real close to Lake Michigan, the soil's like beach sand, and the climate is nice because it doesn't get as hot and humid in the summer, being next to the Great Lakes.
Is that where you're at, Jim, in Michigan?
I'm in Pennsylvania. I was thinking of someone else, but
I was gonna say I'm from Michigan, so
yeah. Originally, were you ever near like Allegan, Michigan?
which part?
Like Allegan. There's one area they call New Holland because the climate in that part of Michigan is more like Holland. It doesn't get if it gets they could have days where it gets to maybe 85 and it could be like in the 90s in Detroit. Being near the water keeps it cool.
Yeah. My mom and stepdad actually used to live up in like right off the water in like Ludington, and yeah, it was just beautiful. It never got past the 90s, and it was just I loved going up there.
It's already hot here. Shit, yesterday and today it was a good 93, 94 degrees, easy.
It's supposed to get to 93 next weekend here.
See, it's 93. We have humidity. When the humidity is like 100%. So with that heat is on top of that 100% humidity, it's just brutal, completely brutal.
Well, it's supposed to get to 58 tonight. So I have the sliding door open with the screen and the windows open. And the thing around here is it's unusual. This time in June, we usually need the air on. Actually, the dew point is about 49 degrees tonight. It's like the way the weather's been, we'll get a week where it's like way above normal, hot and humid, or else we'll have a week where it cools off in the evenings and the air is dry. There's like it's either comfortable air or figure this part where I live is called the humid continental climate.
It is crazy. Oh, look at the little guy. Oh.
You figure most of those islands in Hawaii, where Steve's at, you get up in the higher elevations, it's a tropical rainforest.
Look at him.
Oh, yeah, that's true, Jim.
How old is he?
Just coming up on 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yep.
Oh, look at him. Oh. When I got Flint, he was like 4 more weeks older than Dad.
Yeah. When we found Pablo, he was only a week old. But
See,
that dog's gonna get big though.
The thing is, this is how dogs are. Okay, from that 0 to 2 months, it's that beautiful little thing right there, and then from that to 2 years, it's a velociraptor, and then you get a nice dog after that.
You have a land shark.
I had one German Shepherd. Her name was Saber. She came down. Hawk's probably seen it already. Panosteitis, growing pains in German Shepherds when they grow real quickly.
Yep.
Actually, Saber and Heidi, they were 60 pounds at 6 months. 22 pounds at like 7.5 weeks when we got each of them.
About 2 weeks ago, when we took Flint, it was about 2.5 weeks ago, we took Flint to get his nails trimmed. And the reason why we don't do them is because they're black and I can't see the quick. And also, he don't like his paws touched, even though I played with him, but he don't like his paws touched. But when we took him to the vet there to get him his nails clipped, and I put him up on the scale. He was like 103.5.
My dog Holly, she chews her nails, so we don't have to clip them. Then the problem we have is she chews them too fine, and then her toe hurts when she walks.
Now Carbon, the American Pit Bull, he's like 64 pounds, somewhere around there.
Oh, that's what you have, American pit. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
pits. I had a pit back in Michigan before I moved here, and my son has them now, but
Come here, Carbon.
old.
How many dogs do you have there now, Hawk, with the puppies?
I have
Oh,
15 adults and 3,
that
5,
is so cool.
9 puppies. So different ages. So
It's German Shepherd Haven where you are now.
yeah, pretty much. It's well, that's what the farm is right now. Is pretty much. I've had the sheriff has brought dogs out to me. That's how I got a couple of them. Is because the sheriff contacted us to let us know that they had a German Shepherd. They were going to have to put it down if they didn't find a home for it.
Oh,
And you know, and basically, you know, so they bring them out here. You know, I've had pregnant moms dropped off out here. You know, and after they have their litter, they get fixed. You know, and then get rehomed. So it works out, you know, works out pretty good. But they get the opportunity to have that litter. You know, they should have at least one litter. That way, they understand the aspect of being a mom. You know, it calms them down quite a bit, makes them more attentive, especially if you have children, and you know, works out pretty well. You know, so.
Hell yeah. And they're still
But like Jim was saying a little bit ago about how you go up in the mountains with the rain. How I was just saying earlier too, how it never rains where I'm at on the island. But before I met Nina and I lived in Kaneohe, which is they call the leeward side. Yeah, my backyard was like the mountains and it rained every night. And I loved it because my windows were open and it was like white noise, just rain.
with the rain.
Yep, and you mostly have tin roofs over there, so you know.
Mhm.
I have a metal roof on my house.
Yeah.
And whenever it rains, you can always tell when it's raining because when it's hitting, it's peaceful. You know, you can fall asleep with it just hitting the top of it.
well, I did a video about getting contractors. I'm going to get a roof probably next week. I can't believe the prices people were charging. I got a hold of the guy. He's 71 years old, a good Italian guy, because most of the good roofers here are Italian. What I see is going on is, okay, with the economy being bad, everybody's marking up the prices. They're trying to get a higher profit margin because all these guys are telling me they can start next week. And you figure, I know what roofs cost.
Yeah,
Right.
here
I mean, I
it's
can-
you know, here it's everything is overpriced, out of whack. You
It's
know,
worse on the West Coast. Because of the waist and the angles, I need 23 and a half squares. And I had one estimate. They wanted 36,000. I got a guy that's going to use the same exact stuff. Do it for 14.4.
See, man,
Most people
I can
don't
ahead.
know the cost of things for
Yeah.
like home construction.
Right. Well, because I can see some companies doing that for a bigger profit margin, but because I had to raise all my prices, but I'm not making more money.
What do you do?
I'm just-
the stuff is more expensive, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
The
covering the
materials are
cost
more
of gas,
and
all the overhead, you know. But they're like, "Oh, look how much more." I'm like, "I'm not making any more than I was 4 years ago. I just have to
What's-
charge more to cover."
what's
the
what's it cost per gallon out there for fuel right now?
I just got gas yesterday it was at Sam's Club, so it's going to be cheaper than everywhere else. But I paid $3.85.
Yeah, you're cheaper than here.
Yeah.
Actually,
But that's
I
Sam's Club. So if you went to a regular gas station, it's way over $4 for for sure.
Where I live, we pay about 325 to 335, somewhere around in there.
Gas is about 350 to 360 here. Diesel's about $4 to 389. Fuel oil went down because the demand's low, and I got my fuel oil tank filled up and filled up all my diesel containers and got it for $2.89 a gallon, off-road diesel.
Well, the reason why, okay, good example. What's kind of funny, and Subway is kind of stupid for doing it because they didn't think any of us would remember the old $5 foot long. You get a foot long sandwich for $5, but now we're gonna give you $6 for 6 inches.
Yeah.
Is that what it is now?
$6. That's what the jingle is. $6 for 6 inches. And it's
So
like
a dollar more
for
and
a dollar
half-
less, I
half
was
the amount.
getting a whole nother half a sandwich.
Wow. Yeah, pay a dollar more and get half as much. That's great.
Well, that's why there's no more dollar menus you see anymore,
Oh, I
or
know.
value menus. I mean, if you go anywhere, people are like, "What do you mean a steak's $24 now?" Well, look, everything's up now. Look at the price of everything. You know.
Yeah.
My
Like a
wife-
couple months ago, I stopped at Wendy's on the way home just to get for me and Nina. And I'm not a big eater, so it's not like I got a whole bunch of food. I just got like 2 combo meals or whatever they're called, and then like a side of chili or
He's gonna
something.
run.
It was like
He's gonna run
40 something
out of
dollars. I'm like 40, like what? 40, like all I got was yeah. I don't
Yeah, everything's crazy. Good. I mean, Christina went shopping today and got a couple of items, and spent like $112. She was like, "Babe, I only got like this, this, and this, and this, and this." And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." And she was like, "All that for $112?" I'm like, "Yeah, sounds about right." I mean, everything is crazy. What's funny, Steve, is the people that I work with are still in high school. Okay, they're now going to the 11th grade, or they've graduated high school, or they've been out of high school for a year or two. One of them's 26 and still lives with mommy and doesn't even have a car. These type of people are some of the people that I work with. The younger generation. And I like to sit there and look at them and tell them, "Look, man, I remember when I was 18 years old, we would go to the store. We would fill the car up with gas. We'd get 2 packs of cigarettes, a pack of rolling papers, 2 Coca-Colas, 2 donut sticks, hand them $20 and still get change back." And they're like,
Yep.
"What?" And I'm like, "I'm not lying to you. Not one fucking
Yeah.
bit."
I
My
remember
wife-
that too. I remember getting filling up the gas tank. I get a pack of cigarettes, and this was at 18 too, even though it wasn't legal to drink. But pack of smokes, fill up the tank, and 2 40s, hand a 20, and get almost $10 back.
You used to be able to get a quart of beer for $1.25 at bars. A whole quart of Jenny Cream Ale. I think Miller and Bud were $1.50. My wife was going to get me soda at the grocery store today because it was buy 3 get 3 free at ShopRite. And we looked online at the price. No way. The regular price now for a 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola is $3.19. Soda has gone up 50% in price since Joe's took over.
You know what's funny is I remember back in the day, your cans, a can, if you went into the freaking convenience store and just bought 1 can up in the thing and got it, you could get it for like what, 35, 45 cents, maybe 80 cents. This damn thing right now, if you go and get it, it's like $1.20. It's crazy. Hell, it's smarter for you to go and get the damn 2-liter for an extra $1 than paying $1.25 for this.
You figure you used to be able to get I remember you could get a 24-pack of 12-ounce Coca-Cola in cans on sale around here for $4.99. Now they're 20 packs, and they're more like it's like buying a case of beer, like $14.99. for 24 cans.
You got to watch too. If you go to like Walmart, you got to pay attention because I noticed this. I haven't been to Walmart in a while, and I'm just throwing numbers out. I don't know if they're the right numbers, but I remember seeing like a 12 pack of Pepsi, and it was I don't know, let's just say $10, and then the case, and then it was a case of Pepsi right next to it, and it was like $14. So it's like, why don't you just get the case? You get twice as much for an extra $4. But then, but the 12 pack was the one that was on sale.
On sale.
It's like, what? Like,
yeah, it didn't make sense. So a lot of this shit sometimes doesn't make sense.
Beer has gone up. A case of Yenling Premium Lager, 24 12-ounce cans, used to be $12.99. Now it's like $17, $18.99 around here. And that's the cheap Yenling.
And you want to know what's crazy also, too? You also want to know what's crazy? Is fucking the generation is getting dumber. I'm not lying. Yeah.
Idiocracy.
The generation is getting dumber. I literally had, I'm not gonna say her name, but the waitress came up to me and looked across at me and looked in the soup well and was stirring the soup and looked at it and said, "Is this the vegetable beef soup?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "I know it's hot soup. I don't know if it's vegetable beef soup though. What's in it?" And she was like, "Well, I see pieces of beef in there." I was like, "Well, what else is in there?" She was like, I was like, "What's in there?" And she was like, "Well, there's some vegetables in there." And I'm like, "Well, what's the other soup look like?" And she was like, "Well, that's the onion soup." And I was like, "Well, we only have 2 of them. So that one must be the vegetable beef, right?" "Oh, yeah, you're right."
That's so funny. That's so fun messing with people, like, because I can see you doing it too. Like, what's in there?
Yeah.
And they're like not even realizing that you're just giving them a hard time, you know?
Oh no,
like,
they come up. They won't even ask me what type of soup it is. Sometimes they'll give me a stupid question. I'll give them a 3-year-old answer. You know, they'll come up and scoop it like this and be like, "What is this?" And I'll be like, "It's soup." And they're like, "I mean, what type of soup?" And I'm like, "Well, you didn't ask what type of soup it was. You asked me what it was. I'm not going to tell you it's pudding, or you know, I'm not going to say that it's hot grease. It's soup. You know, it's fucking soup. Come on, man."
They had to be able to tell just by the smell which has the beef in it.
Right. Well, look at Gigi said she had a teenager not able to give change back from a 20. I've heard stories of someone that worked at, I don't know if it was Burger King or McDonald's, but they paid with a $2 bill, and the person that worked there, like some teenager, called the cops because they said they had counterfeit money. And when they got there, like, "Oh, how is it counterfeit?" He's like, "There's no such thing as a $2 bill."
Yeah, there is. Yes, there is.
It's real. It's $2 bill.
Not as many as there used to be. You know, not as many as there used to be. You know, I remember when they first came out. Yeah, when they first came out, they were very popular. But that's pretty much what a lot of people did was they tucked them away, saved them.
I remember my grandfather used to give them to me. He would put them into me like in birthday check, cards.
Yep,
yeah,
there you go.
Yep.
There's a bunch of them.
Put them in birthday cards and stuff. You'd get like 5 of them or whatever for $10, and he'd put 5 $2 bills in there.
My dad still sends me every once in a while when he'll send me something in the mail. He always puts at least 1 or 2 $2 bills in there for me, and I keep them. I don't spend them.
You know what's worse than money, Steve? If you can find any, the bluebacks that were made when silver coins were still available, $2 bills that are bluebacks. Those are worth a lot of money.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Did you send Urban?
The ones with the blue backs on them are silver certificates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Steve, is Urban with you? Urban Adventures?
Yeah, JS Urban. Yeah, I know him.
Okay.
I go on his panel a lot too. He's cool.
All right, cool. Gotcha.
Yeah, I never knew about the blueback.
Well, I remember when I was a kid.
It'll say silver certificate on it if one of those is a silver certificate one.
We still have
okay.
some left. Everybody was even required by law to turn in the bluebacks, and they wanted people to turn in silver coins. Anyone that was wise kept the silver coins.
You want to hear something that's crazy? And I have them tucked away. I know I have them tucked away somewhere, in a safe place. I just got to find them, what's safe or whatever they're put in, because they're in one of them. You know what I'm saying? But I have some actual money that has Saddam Hussein's picture on it.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
have a couple of bills that still have Saddam Hussein's picture on it. Like they came from over there.
Yeah, those were the dinars of the 1980s.
Mhm.
Is what those are. It was the 80s and the 90s, and then they switched over to the. Let me see here. Hang on. Let's see.
That's weird because Saddam,
Yeah.
that'd be weird to see money like that.
But yeah, I got some money like that. I actually have a silver peso. Like it's real silver, but it's a peso. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
peso.
So the one with Saddam does not have the Tower of Babel on there, but the bills that came afterwards do. So let me see if I can get it close enough to the camera for people to see it.
There was one night, County Oregon. This was after a show we were on.
See
Oh
the
wow!
see
Yeah.
the tower?
I was
See the highlighted tower
Yes.
right here?
On that. Well, it would be. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, your right side, our left. Yeah.
So and the towers on both sides of the bill. That's how they
Okay.
knew that it was real. So
Right.
when the revaluation goes through, these are the bills that can be exchanged.
Oh, I
Well,
see.
County
Now.
Oregon found out if you have Confederate money, there's not much left. Is worth more than the U.S. dollar. Can you believe that? A $5 Confederate dollar bill is worth more than the U.S. $5 worth because it's a collector's item.
Bro, I think you're right too about that, about the silver. I don't think they can hold it down for much longer,
I'm still not excited about silver. You got to remember, back in 2008, silver went up to $32 an ounce. Then it nosedive again. When silver reaches, let's say, $100 an ounce, I'll be more excited.
Well, see, that's why, that might be a thing why it's so low right now. They're trying to want you to go ahead and get it while you can. So when it does that jump,
But,
know.
but technically,
Right.
with the
That's what
IRS
always-
rules, if you buy
That's what
silver,
always kind of concerned me about like getting into that, because if they control everything anyway, what's the point? Like if you have it and it's like, okay, but then they control it anyway, so then they're just going to be like, yeah, no, it's not worth.
Are you serious, Biker? It's silver's at 153 right now.
no, it's about
Damn.
$30 an ounce.
Hang on.
And listen, it's better to buy junk silver. If you buy silver bullion, if you buy silver bars and it goes up in value, technically you're supposed to report that as a capital gains to the IRS. But they
Okay,
can't.
so silver, the dollar ratio, dollar to silver ratio is $157 per ounce. Okay, and this is per the U.S. debt clock. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Biker just said that.
Although that's not the market price.
Oh shit, I got you.
Okay,
That's
not the that's not the marketplace or price. So so let me scroll back over to here. Here we go.
No problem.
So here we go. 157 per ounce is basically what the dollar to silver ratio is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
So basically, they're estimating dollar to silver ratio within 5 years, $1,558 per ounce.
Per ounce,
So,
right there. Yeah.
Yeah. But then you notice that directly below that it says dollar to silver ratio 10 years, 1,121.
It dropped.
Yeah.
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 It's a manipulation. It's a 100% manipulation. You know, and it's eventually things are going to come to a point where all this shit comes to a head. Where they're not going to be able to manipulate it anymore. But the thing is we've got to get away from the central banking system in order for that to happen. And the only way to do that is the destruction of the fiat dollar.
Hmm.
Because we've been on petrol for so long.
And I was going to say that's what kind of fucked us up the first damn top part is when Nixon took us off the gold standards and put it on the petro, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but Nixon didn't have any choice. And I've talked about this before on channels. Yep. If Nixon hadn't taken us off the gold standard, other countries, Charles de Gaulle wanted the U.S. debt paid back in gold, and he had to do it. Then, because of the trade deficits with Japan, okay, these automakers, they wanted the gold for the debt. There won't be any gold left. Even I don't know if there's any gold left in Fort Knox. If we had, Nixon was damned if he does, damned if he didn't. If Nixon hadn't taken us off the gold standard, all the gold in Fort Knox would be gone.
Yeah, it would have been depleted. Absolutely.
Well, isn't there already a kind of conspiracy theory that there ain't nothing really and we have gold anyway? I mean, yeah, we might have important stuff like say medicines or like the actual Constitution and Declaration of Independence, the real ones that are in Fort Knox, but not really the gold because it's already been taken by somebody else.
I think the last time they audited Fort Knox is when Eisenhower was president.
Do what now?
The last time they did an audit of Fort Knox, I think Eisenhower was president.
Yes, that is accurate.
Yes, they did it on TV and they opened it up, showed it real quick, and then closed it real quick. But what I'm saying is, do we really know that it's completely full and how big it was, or did they just take all them bricks and put it? I mean, yeah, they snipped the thing, but you know how we are, or how they hide everything anyway. They could easily have put the shit forward and okay, look at it's all right there, and then close it really quick. Because if it hasn't been audited since then, why haven't we gone and audited it yet?
Exactly.
If there's such a if it's so heavily guarded because it has the country's gold reserve, why haven't we done an audit since then? Well, why hasn't anybody in Congress, come to think about it, have brought up an audit? We got all this gold and
where's the transparency?
Well, transparency went out in the late 1800s.
Right.
Think about it. It's that's just putting it into a perspective that people can understand. Because you look at the amount of things that have been hidden from the American people for so long, and it's trying to get people to wake up to see the things that are blatantly in front of your face. It's we're at that point now that just telling people it is completely out the window. It's this is the show me time, and there's going to be that 6 to 10% that are never going to wake up from this. They're going to stay in this daydream, brainwash situation, and and that's just the way it's going to be. Unfortunately, that's that's 10% of the population, not just here in the United States, but in other countries as well. That have had the same type of situations going on.
Right.
No, yeah, there's so many. Yeah, there's still that amount of people that they choose. They're willingly blind and willingly ignorant.
I have a niece. Her and her husband they live outside of New York City. They have their whole house decorated in rainbows.
Oh man, that's embarrassing.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Hawk. About the people that just won't wake up. It's
Yep.
just
Yeah.
they're so far a cognitive disconnect, so good that no matter how big the receipt you show them, they still will
It's
not
never going to be enough.
believe it. They'll
I
never believe
refuse. Yeah.
because
They
I know
think-
a couple people like that. You know, I mean, no matter how many times I've shown them the receipt or what. Look, right, look. Oh, well, you can't prove. Well, here, let's look it up right here. Well, we don't have to look it. No. Here it is.
It's almost like the Dunning-Kruger effect or whatever when that guy put lemon juice on his body and then robbed the bank and then they busted him and they're like, we have you on camera. And he's like, can't be me. I had lemon juice on me, so you can't see me, because he thought the lemon juice would make him invisible from. And they're
Yeah.
like, but we're looking at you on the video, and he's like, so he's admitting it while he doesn't know because he's like, it can't be me because I put lemon juice. So you're like, so you're saying it's you, but you're saying it can't be you because you're invisible.
Well, I'd be like, all right, dude. Okay, we understand that you're invisible because of your lemon juice, right? But you didn't pour the lemon juice on your gun or the bag, right? And there they are floating in the air. So if you said
Right.
you're invisible, then
Yeah.
gotcha.
My niece is a professional trainer. She deals with some really prominent people in New York City, and she runs in marathons. She wears them. She's been wearing a mask since 2020 in public.
Okay.
And one of the contractors that came out here to give us an estimate on fixing the chimney where the mortar cracked and water leaked down the block. The first thing this guy did before he got out of his vehicle was put his mask on. Then he told me he was his team leader. If somebody is a contractor and they tell you they're the team leader, I'm thinking, where are my refrigerator magnets and stickers for?
Refrigerator. You should. You know what? You just need to keep a whole, of the three, third grader stickers that are like, great job, and
Right. Yeah. The stars.
I asked the guy why he was wearing a mask, and he said it's because his wife has lung problems.
Stickers that are like, all right, you're the best.
Was that Jim? He
I
said
asked
why?
the guy why he was wearing a mask, and he said, well, because my wife has lung problems.
But his wife wasn't with him though, right?
His wife wasn't with him. Listen, I don't want to hurt Jeremy's channel, but okay, my niece.
Go ahead. Yeah.
My niece has had COVID 4 times, and she has had every vaccination, and she puts on Facebook. She's got all these boxes of COVID tests. I couldn't even make this stuff up. My wife and I have very little to do with certain members of our family anymore because it is. They think because we support Trump, we are white supremacists.
What is it? TDS?
White supremacy.
Arrangement syndrome, yeah.
TDS. That's what it is, right? TDS.
And honestly, I really don't consider Donald Trump a Republican. He might be the
Right.
hey.
Oh,
I mean, technically, he was a Democrat until
Yes,
until he ran for presidency. So
I mean, shit. I mean, I when I was younger, my younger days, I was, Democrat and shit. And then I started to, wake up a little bit. You know what I mean? And open my eyes. Was like, anything happening? They're not doing anything. They're saying that they're gonna, do this, but nothing's changing. You know what I'm saying? And all these promises are just unkept. And fuck you. It's my tax money.
Yeah,
I own the road.
I was a Democrat too my whole life, but only because I knew nothing about politics and I was just told. Because I was like, what are I'm asking my dad when I'm like 15. I'm like, what are we? He's like, Democrat. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never even looked into it or not. Never cared. And then I was like hardcore Republican. But honestly, now I'm neither. I'm just an American and I want my freedom because just my opinion, YouTube, just my opinion. I don't want to get no one in trouble, but I think they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt and behind closed doors. They're all drinking whiskey and smoking cigars and celebrating, going, we got them right where we want them.
Yeah, everybody, they're all friggin' corrupt. I just want to be an American. I just want to be left the fuck alone. If I
Yep.
want to grow my own vegetables, if I want to collect my own water, if I want to do whatever, just leave me the
Yep.
fuck alone. As long as I'm not robbing, hurting people, stealing motherfuckers, killing people and shit,
Exactly.
then leave me the fuck
Exactly.
alone. Just leave me alone on my property. You know what I'm saying? If I want to
Yep.
grow fucking some smoke in the backyard, leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just
So,
leave
so
me alone.
I went in the Marine Corps back in 1980, and I became a Democrat in 1980. Why? Because the Democrats were the one pushing for military money, and taking care of military families and everything else. It wasn't so much the Republicans back then. All of our funding, was coming from, it was coming from the Democrat side. They were the ones who were pushing it. And then all of a sudden, about 92, 93, that had a drastic change. The Democrats were no longer pushing for money, and the Republicans were the ones pushing for money and for war. So yeah, they're both two sides of the same coin, and that's why I said, I don't consider Donald Trump a Republican. I see him utilizing the platform of the Republican Party to propel himself into the place that he needs to be, and honestly, I think it's the only way that it could be done. Right now, the conservative mind or the conservative mindset is really on the right side of history right now. That's with the average American conservative mind, not the conservative party. That's where the majority of the mindset in the United States is.
Well,
And-
yeah, so pretty much, I mean, they flip flop both sides.
I think
In a roundabout way,
Yeah,
they're fucking they flip flop. Okay, we're gonna start saying this, and you're gonna start saying this, and you're gonna do this for X, Y, Z amount of years, and then you know what? All of a sudden, we're just gonna switch
we're going to
roles.
switch.
And
Yeah.
now you're going to be over here talking about that shit, and we're going to come over here and talk about this shit.
And blame each other for the same shit that you just got done doing.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
It's
And you gotta look at it like this. Growing up,
disappear.
Donald Trump was in the news all the time when I was in high school because when he was building those casinos in New Jersey, Trump was on Philadelphia TV channels all the time because of being a builder. And the same with people that live in like New York City. People in this part of the country were exposed to Trump. Because I remember when my wife took the casino bus to New Jersey, it was like a freebie. You pay and you get all these tokens. And we went to the Trump Taj Mahal. We spent a quarter, I think, on a slot machine, and all we did was have drinks on our 21st birthday.
Yep. I remember watching Trump, testifying in front of Congress and the Senate at certain committees, talking about the landlord's rights, talking about the damage that mortgage lenders were doing, back when Freddie Mac and
Yep.
And what is it, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, I think were the two, talking about the damage that they had done. And then talking about the U.S. dollar. He was talking, back in the 80s and the early 90s about the U.S. going back on the gold standard, getting away from petroleum or from the petrodollar, because of the fact that because the manipulation of the value is so easy to do with petrol. I mean, you think about, the only way that the dollar's value is good is if the value of petrol is around $120 to $200 a barrel. That's the only way that the petrodollar works. Okay. Now it's, now you're looking at, the economy and inflation on top of that. and honestly, I kind of feel like we're kind of like in a. I don't feel like we're in a recession. I think we're in a depression.
Yep.
No, no. When you say depression, it's not like 1920s depression, though,
Oh,
right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hell yes.
Okay.
We have families right now in America who can't put hide nor hair on the table, to feed their families. Their power's turned off, their water's turned off. They can't afford to pay their rent. We have so many people losing their homes and basically moving into their vehicles and parking on the streets. Soon enough they'll have to sell their cars in order to have any money at all.
Let me ask you something real quick. Would you be offended if I did like sign language to while you're talking and stuff? Because I just
As long
want
as
to.
your sign language is accurate.
You don't care? You won't be offended?
No,
Go ahead. Keep going.
no.
Get on another roll. No, I swear to God, I'm not making light of this. I'm just like, my hands just want to go.
It boils down the difference. Okay, so the difference between a recession and a depression is basically everybody is taken to the deepest, darkest hole that could be dug, and you have no ladder. A recession is the ladder is slowly being built, and you get to come out of it. And the price fluctuations that are going on, you begin to see that, okay, all of a sudden now this is affordable and this is affordable and this is,
Kind of like with the whole egg situation when it rose all the way up to like $12 a freaking like dozen, and then it dropped down to like $5 a dozen.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it's a van life biker just said, and this is kind of a good way to explain it. A recession is when your neighbor is out of work. A depression is when
Yep.
you are.
That's what I was going to say.
And that's 100% accurate. Right now, we have the highest unemployment rate ever seen in the United States of America, including the 1920s depression.
It's because they're manipulating it. Every time a migrant gets a job, that's a new job created. The only way for them to give us the accurate truth would be to include all the migrants that are unemployed, and it would be probably about 12% of the population.
Yeah, Steve, and Steve, to your comment, he says, I just did a video at a homeless encampment in Oahu, Hawaii. You just did a homeless encampment. Now let's add Lahaina community that on top of it, and that is beyond a homelessness problem. That is a complete population. I hate to ask this question because of the big S word, but I can only imagine what the suicide rates are like right now there, amongst those people who lost everything.
I have actually seen a bunch of videos lately of homelessness in Hawaii, and it's like paradise, and a lot of these people, they have it better off there because you could just fall asleep on the ground, and normally with the weather and everything, you're not going to get cold, you're not going to get hot, you're not going to, you'll be fine. So it's, but there's a lot of that going on all the islands in Hawaii. There's homelessness everywhere.
I mean, that's like the one I did. It was I was with Nick Johnson. He's got a pretty big channel, and it was.
I know, Nick Johnson. I've watched his. I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
That's who I was with when I did my video. He's actually in it. You'll see him in there. But
yeah, that guy's great, man.
Oh yeah, cool guy. He's super cool in person too.
Then the unemployment varies from region to region. You got small towns where a business goes under, and that's it. People can't get jobs. Then you got areas around here where we have a very high population density.
Right here,
the factories that make tubes, they're always looking for people.
All right, right here is and this is how also look. I'm gonna blame generation, of course, parents of the kids that we have, letting them get away with and do shit what they ever they want to do with, because no kids generation really wants to work anymore, and if they are at work, they're not fucking work and being paid to fucking work, like where I work at Good Existence. And the reason why is friggin' technology, and I hate friggin' technology because these damn things right here, because 9 times out of 10 you tell them their food is up and they're like, oh, hold on 1 second. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
You're on your cell phone all
Yep.
the time.
hold on 1 second. Let me here, take a picture of me while I'm holding the tray and serving it here. Or oh, hold up 1 second. I gotta hold up. Oh wait, I gotta do this post right quick. Oh, hold on 1 second. That's all these freaking kids. That's all they do. They don't want to work. They don't want to do a damn thing, but they stand right there and do right this. And you know what? They get paid to work. And now you can't blame them and yell at them at everything. Why? Because your corporations and HR say you can't be like that. People have feelings now, and you gotta you can't talk to people and you can't tell them to work. This is their safe place or their safe environment, and you're like, get the fuck out of here, man.
My safe place is
Yeah.
on the tractor. I'm semi-retired, and look how sunburned I am from working.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you look more tan than normal.
Well,
But
I'm
yeah.
outside most of the day. I was
I
moving to nowhere today. I was mowing with the tractor.
But yeah, they come to work, and then don't want to work and want to go home earlier and call out for work, and then when it's time to get their paycheck, they wonder why they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have hours.
The
How come
people
I'm
that
not
are,
getting hours?
like Van Life says they want to get paid but
And
not
do
do the
nothing.
work.
Do
But
nothing.
that's like a lot of people we interviewed. Well, the one video was only one lady, but we talked to other people, and it's not like that at all out here anyway. It's because literally their land was stolen from them, and they're just sick of it, and they're just living off the land. And because if they live on the beach, then the cops come through and they do a beach sweep, and then they get arrested, and now you're in the system through the police and everything, but then they get these encampments and the police don't bother them there. So they're like, because when we were there, the dude pulled up on a crotch rocket and he lived in this encampment. He just got home from work. So he's like living there because he doesn't want to be involved with the government at all. And I don't know I never got into that, how that
Kind of
works.
like living off the grid, but not living off the grid.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well, he's going in doing work, making what money he can, so that he can come back and support a whole bunch of people.
Or,
with what
yeah.
he gets paid,
Support the camp, whatever, maybe 2 or 3 people, go out and work their jobs and then come home, and kind of like an Amish community.
Right. Yeah, except
everybody,
except the Amish community would have nice places, and this was the smell was not very nice, and
of urine and meth, amphetamines, and batteries all over the place. And shit.
Right. And a lot of dogs. A lot of
Why do I
dogs.
smell chemicals?
Native Hawaiians and Native American Indians, basically have the same type of mentality. When they're out in nature, they respect the land, and they respect the land that they're on. So they always keep it, as clean as possible. If they have to make a toiletry, type facility or something like that, they're doing proper type of training areas and constantly cleaning up after themselves. With kids today that grow up in big cities, you don't see that from them. You don't. They don't clean up their trash. They'll leave bags of stuff laying all over the place when they pull out of a campsite.
I got more litter in front of my property from fast food restaurants. It gets worse every year. People, they get done eating a fast food meal, they just throw it out the window. It's a pain.
I get that too, Boswell. I've got probably at least 200, if not 300 yard ditch It's kind of like a mini Grand Canyon. And I'm on a crossroads, and people come down there and just dump shit, man. And I don't want to sound racist, but it seems like the more illegal immigrants we get around here, the more trash I get around here. They just throw the shit out. And I saw that when I went to Tijuana back in the 80s, man. There's trash everywhere. I'm like, what the hell? I've never been anywhere like this where you just throw your shit out.
Well, you want to know?
He's right though, because I used to go down from Camp Pendleton. We used to go down to Tijuana on the weekends.
Yep.
And we used to see that, see that regularly. We
and
actually had
what was let me ask you this, Hawk. When you crossed the border, what was the first thing you smelled?
shit.
No, piss. Piss.
Well,
I mean, like horrible piss, man.
When it burns your nose. Oh,
yes. Yeah. Ammonia. And I was like,
yeah.
Where am I going now? Where am I going? Anyway, it was horrible. It was like 10 o'clock. I was 10 o'clock in the morning in this place called Tilly's. It had a dirt floor and had this disco music and lights going. It was freaking great, man. We met these chicks from Canada and everything went to hell after that. But it was
sick with you?
Huh?
Steve, sick
Yeah,
know you?
Yeah, that's Buff. His name's Buff. He's
tell
I
him
vouch
just-
for him.
sick. Scroll through the chat and see if the link is in the chat. If you don't see it in the chat, let me know and I'll pop it back down.
It should be in, yeah, it should
But
be
it
in there.
still should be in the chat. Just scroll through and see if I still have it there. If
Why
it's
is it-
not, just let me know. And
Hey, Jeremy, I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you this, man. And this is the one reason I came on. Last night at my house, right out there, 3 cops with guns drawn and me with my gun drawn. No
What?
shit. Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Why were you going to shoot at cops or whatever?
No, I didn't know it was cops because here's where everything went wrong, man.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here, man, and on my back door, who's that in here?
That's one of Steve's buddies. He's cool. If he's cool with Steve, he's cool with
No,
him.
I just saw it pop up. Oh, there he is. Sick 2210. How you doing, man? Anyway, I was going to tell a story, man. I had a little problem with the popo last night. I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden I heard bang, bang, bang on my back door, right back behind me. This door. This is my bedroom, man.
Right.
And I went to the door and I said, "Who's there? Who's there? Who's there?" You know, loud as I could. And I grabbed my gun, and it was a 38. Saturday night special. It was not tonight, Saturday night, right? Anyways, I go out the door and I walk around the corner, which is right here, and there's 3 flashlights and 3 guns, and I had a gun, and I put it, because then I knew it was the police. But they should have said, when they're banging on my door, they should have said police. They didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
You know? And I said, "Who's there? Who's there? Who's there?" Nobody said jack shit. And I came out the door, man, and I'm packing, man, And I was like, once I knew it was them, I said, I have a gun, I'm gonna put it on the ground. They said they were very cool. They were like not even,
You got lucky though, man.
I got super lucky, man. Down in the wet grass, man. I put my gun down in the wet grass and stepped away from it, and I'm doing this shit, At my house. This is at my house, man. I don't even know what. I don't know. I ain't got a clue, man. I don't know what this shit's about. And they said, all right, here's the deal. I signed over a car to my daughter, who's 24 now, and she's married a Marine, and they lived in Japan for 3 years, and now they're back here on a base here. And they said, but she never really changed her address from my address. You know what I mean? So, and I didn't know that. And they came here saying there was a hit and run with this car last night. And I'm going, man, that car ain't been here in 2 years. You know what I mean? And So it just went round and round and round. And here, thank God I didn't get whacked, man. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, that could have gone badly.
That happens a lot because they go to the wrong house or
It
same
was,
stuff.
yeah. It was, well, yeah, they went to the wrong house. So I get on the phone with my ex-wife, who's her mom. We got in a big argument. I got on the phone with my son, who's her brother, and then I finally got her on the phone, and she's like, Dad, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought she was lying to me like shit. I thought she was. I thought she had a hit and run. They said they had her on video. The police said that. They had her on video. You know what it was, man? I didn't find out till the day.
Werewolf.
No. She got in her car, and the car next to her was really close, and she tried to ease her way into the car, and her door hit their door just a little bit. She has no damage on her car. I don't know. It might have put a dent in that car. I don't know. But they videotaped her leaving and then called in a hit and run. You know, so I mean, the first thing I said to the cops is, you know, is she okay? Is she dead? You know, that's what I'm thinking. You know, is she in the hospital? You know, what the hell was going on? Because they said hit and run. I got 3 cops in my yard with guns drawn. No shit, man. Last night, man, I swear to God.
Well, I'm glad nothing happened to you, man, because that's a dangerous situation.
No kidding, and especially since I was packing. You know what I mean? But I had it like this the whole time, like pointing to the sky, you know? But I didn't know who was out there. I just heard bang, 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 bang.
Okay.
And I go, who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Nobody says jack shit. And I'm coming out, man. You know what I mean? That's how that all went down. I go around the corner and there's lights on me and shit. At my house, man. How dare you? How fucking dare you, man?
That's why whenever you go somewhere, you always pick up random business cards that you find. So if you accidentally do that to somebody's car door or whatever, you just grab a business card and slip it in the windshield wiper and go somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be all right, because then they're going to see a little dent and then pick the freaking, when the hell was Spectrum TV over here?
That's what I got from the cops last night. Anyway,
bastard got my car.
And I was talking to my daughter today about this. It's all squared away and everything, but still, man, having like cops, you know, freeze, maggot, you know. It's like,
Okay, all right. Go. You're up now, Buff. Go ahead. Buff, right? Buff, right?
Yep,
right?
Buff.
Right? Buff. Okay. You have the floor now.
You said a lot of things there.
I gotta take off, guys. I still gotta get a shower. Thanks for having me up, Jared.
All right. Thank you, Boswell. Have
nice seeing. Love everyone.
Later.
Sweet dreams.
Bye, brother.
I'll talk to you soon, Yorga.
All right.
I like to start back there at the hit and run incident.
Okay.
What were the exact circumstances? I mean, did she hit a patrol car and leave the scene? What happened there exactly?
She opened her door and her door went into another car. You know how you do. And she got in her car and she didn't see any damage on her car. I don't know if it left a dent in the other car or not. But then she got in. She was not driving. She was not driving. She was getting in her car and then took off, and they videotaped her taking off with the license plate and shit.
But it wasn't even a cop car. It was just a random car.
No, it wasn't. No. The person who ran the car went to the cop.
Right there. She opened her door. What you were saying, if I'm hearing this correctly, she opened her door and hit another vehicle and then left.
Yeah.
That is classified as leaving the scene of an accident.
Okay. Really? All right. I mean, but it's my kid. It's my kid, man. You know, I mean, come on.
I understand.
And on the person who videoed it and called it in like that, shame on them because
Shame
really,
on them, man. What a
Yeah,
prick, man.
involved the
it's
cops
petty.
is-
It's
Exactly.
well, everybody is so broke right now that putting in an insurance claim is a great way to make money.
But, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, sicko 2021.
It's sick. 20.
Buff.
I'm sorry.
22.
I'm sorry.
It's sick. 22.
No, I understand.
And now I forgot what I was gonna say about it.
Just say buff.
No, about the pettiness. About the pettiness.
It was
of what
about
it was.
pettiness.
Just simply opening a door.
No,
That is silly.
No.
That is.
I remember my point right now. Think how petty that was. Even if think she put a big old wanger pin in there, man. You know, I don't know if she did or not. I don't think so. Not from what she told me. Just seemed like a little and but then it snowballs into guns drawn in a black yard, no lights out here, no except for the flashlights from the cops, you know. And me, my dumbass with a gun. It went from the door went boing to all of a sudden it's freeze maggot. You know, freeze maggot.
That doesn't make you a dumbass because it's dark. You don't know that it's the cops because they didn't say that that's who it was.
They
and you're
did
just
not say they should have. You know, and I've had people tell me, you know, you should call up the police department and raise hell about that. I'm not going to do that, man.
Was she driving your Corvette?
Man, they're doing the best they can. I'm not going to do that shit. In fact, they didn't shoot me. So, hello, it's all good, you know.
Well,
I told them I had a gun, put it down in the grass, and none of them were flexed. Like, you know, none of them were doing that shit. They were just all like really cool and like, all right, this guy, you know, we got the wrong guy. I was framed. I tell you, I was framed.
It happens more often than you think. I could probably find a dozen videos right now just from this year alone.
Framed, I tell you.
So,
damn it.
Jeremy, would you do me a favor? Would you grab my picture and move it all the way to the other side of the screen?
Hey, do that.
Because I feel like that works. Because I feel like I'm, you know, like
I got you. I got you.
I'm sitting all the way on that side, and I look like I'm looking at a fucking wall.
You're looking down.
I want to look at you guys and have.
Oh yeah, it works.
I got what you're saying.
Called optical perspective.
It's like if I were like, you know, like this.
That's better.
I like this guy. I like this guy up here. Who's this guy again? Sicko 10222.
Buff, he's cool. Buff's cool. Buff's cool.
You're gonna have like 30 different names before you leave today. All right, just you got new channel names all lined up for you, brother.
I got dyslexia, man. Don't hoot on me, man.
I have interactions and I believe good intentions with Steve. We're good internet buddies. I just saw the chat that was going on, going through my process of looking through what's going on the internet right now, and I saw this, and I was just like, oh, and I wanted to check in. And you guys are having an interesting debate. You are having a good one. The exact topic of what you just said right there. That is a good topic of debate. Where it gets a little more stupid is when it comes to, now I'll put this one on the table for you. When it comes to the George Floyd method of trying to get out of an arrest, to where, you know, I can't brave, oh, you're doing this because I'm black, oh, blah, 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 blah. That's when one black person does it. And what is the difference when a person who is not black, now
it's victimhood, no matter how you look at it. It's, you know, playing a victim.
It doesn't,
you know,
exactly.
I like your way of thinking.
I do not see color. I see people that are from an ethnicity. Wow, I said that word on the first time. Damn. But
Dude, I butcher words all the time, so
I
you're
would
good.
have blown it. I would have blown that word, man. So keep going.
I see the people on that aspect. You know, it's not a, as they try to present it, it's not a black white thing. Okay, oh, you're doing this to me because I'm black. I see a lot of this shit to where a black officer pulls over a black suspect. Oh, this
Mhm.
black, black, black. And it's like, oh, you're just doing this because you're racist. It's like, hold on. You can't say that.
Right there, you just said something too. Something being suspicious is not a crime, though, right? There's no
Right.
crime.
Yeah,
Of
but
being,
hey, can I say
if
something
somebody's
real quick?
pulling
And
up to you
I won't
and
break you
he's
up
saying,
anymore.
"Oh, I'm doing it because you look like you're up to no good." Well, that's not a crime. I'm not doing no good just
Yeah.
because you think I'm looking up to doing no good because of the way I look. You're automatically profiling me in
Right.
The cop
I'm
Suspicious
that had a
and
gun on me last night was Asian. The cop that
is
had a gun on me
suspicious and
last night was Asian.
misdemeanor or
No shit.
felony?
No shit. Didn't matter to me.
But
See,
yeah,
to me,
no,
if they're not capable of articulating a specific crime that they believe that you are in the process of committing, you know, it's clear articulation has a lot to do with it. And officers are neglective on that part, as well as the people who are playing the victim card. You know, it's by throwing the racism kind of thing in there to me and the victimhood side in there, it actually kind of puts you at a point where, okay, you probably are doing something wrong. You know, if you are clearly coming off as the victim first, you know, it's like, prime example on today's podcast, I played a video. A couple of young black girls got caught shoplifting in a Walmart. Okay. Now, one is 16 years old, the other is 17 years old. Now, the one who's 16, they got her all blocked off and everything. You can't see her face. She's underage. 17, okay, however, in their state is considered adult, you know. Well, they got caught shoplifting. They got 20 feet outside of the door and got nabbed by loss and prevention. Okay, brought back inside, and the cops were called. And the girl said, "You're not going to charge me with shoplifting. I'll pay for the item." No, you already committed the crime. It doesn't matter that you only got 20 feet out the door. Okay, what are they supposed to wait until you get all the way to your car before they say, "Okay, you're busted," 100 feet away from the door, or 150 feet, or 100 yards from the door? Is that what you're saying? And the officer said, "Listen, you committed the crime, okay, and you're gonna pay for it anyways." Okay, now the girl looked at him like, "Well, if I'm going to pay for it, then you can let me go." He didn't mean it as you're going to pay for it in buying
Right.
an item. He was saying you're going to pay for it by going to court, having to pay court costs and fines, and possibly go to jail. And the girl says, "Oh, you just want to ruin my chances for going to college. I've already gotten in trouble once before, and now you're going to ruin my chances to go to college." And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. You're saying that the officer is responsible for your actions. Nobody wants to take responsibility and accountability for their own actions, is basically what it boils down to. And that's where that victimhood kind of thing is in such heavy play to me.
I think I know the case you're talking about. I'm not quite sure, but were both of the girls black or black?
Well, the one girl had, did she have a red hat on? Knit hat, kind of like what you're wearing right now? Because I can pull up the video.
Beanie hat.
Because it's still in my.
Well, it really doesn't
feed,
matter. It really doesn't matter. It still boils down to the equation of what I believe is called I'm not gonna say the word because I don't know how words work on this show, but
Dude,
inward
you do. Okay, look, you're new to the
inward
show.
Hey, I like
mentality.
that though. You're being respectful. I like
Hey,
that.
I like that. Let it fly.
That's
You're good here.
I've grown up with these people around my life. They think they're entitled. And I'm expected to act the same way because I'm my skin color. I'm like, no, I have a thing called respect because I was raised the right way.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
You
Right.
can
Upbringing.
And that's what I'm
Upbringing.
saying, Buff.
Upbringing
This
is what it's
channel
all
here-
about. Upbringing.
This channel here, Buff, is we are open, dude. You say what
You
feel.
say what you want to say, man. I'm here to listen to you.
Dude,
I don't want to
care.
say the wrong words that get
dude,
you
I'm not gonna say the
demonetized
word, but
or-
We're not.
Yeah.
Look, okay. Wait, I have another here. Let me put this banner up. Here you go. Here's this. This one's better. If you don't have the thin skin, don't even come on this channel then. Okay.
Yeah. We can talk about anything, dude.
You know, because we don't care. I don't care if you're going to get offended and if you're going to get offended and cry or whatever over certain trigger words or something that hurts my feelings. I can't believe he said that. Holy shit.
It's about
Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy.
We don't care about strikes here. I don't care about strikes. You know what I'm saying? You speak your mind. You know what I'm saying?
It's about cursing and saying profanities and shit
I
like that.
appreciate that. When my little one is running around and everything, that's fine. She's asleep right now, so you're good.
We're all good, man. We're all good.
Okay, then. Well, then.
Shit. Hey,
that
Steve,
shit is called
Steve,
nigga
can
mentality.
you take over right quick? I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Can you take over right quick, Steve? You got it?
Yeah.
Just hold
Let's
it down.
go. Got it.
All right.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Hawk, there you go. I got it added up for you whenever.
Or Steve or Sicko, 2020, 220. I got dyslexia, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That
So
shit
this
is
is
called.
But yeah, this. So I was just looking at this in a second ago, Hawk, and then they trespassed her for 5 years. I think it said.
Yeah. It's let's go ahead and take a listen to this for a minute. It's a 2-minute long short, but sick. This will give you a chance to put your thought completely together. As soon as this ends, I'm going to close this down, and then you get on the mic and then you articulate your position.
Sephora, just so you guys know, Sephora does prosecute today. So we'll be filing charges. You're also going to be trespassed from all Sephoras for 5 years. If myself or any other loss prevention agent identifies you, we can charge you with criminal trespass.
How old is she?
16 and 17.
Oh, both of them.
Neither of them have identification on them.
Okay. How old are both of you? You're 16? Okay.
Wait, so we can't just pay for it?
No, that's not an option.
I'm sorry?
I'm not.
I mean, you will. That's literally what's going to happen. I'm being straight
Drag
up.
me to the car.
Yeah, you're under arrest.
Hey,
Trying to be.
you can touch me. Try touching me.
You're going to.
Yeah, just ruined.
Hey, can I say something? Can I say something? I'm sorry. Can I say something real quick and I'll shut up? It doesn't matter if they were black or white or Asian or whatever, man. It's some of the upbringing with these children that have come along through the 90s or whatever that feel like they're, it doesn't matter the color, man. But that whole, you can't arrest me, you can't, that's just culture anymore. That's all I got to say. I'll shut up.
No, it's true. It's true.
If you want to pull that, I dropped the link in the private chat. It's the
I wouldn't call it culture. I would call it upbringing. I would call it parenting. I would call it
Thank you.
the reasons why
Thank you.
people, the ones that act the way that they do, they weren't taught the right way from their parents who may have been raised the wrong way.
That too. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you, brother. I swear to God, man, I totally agree. You know, the color in that whole thing, you could have just said it was any two girls. You didn't have to say what color they were. Because it was that generation of, thank God none of my kids came out like that, man. Thank God, man.
Oh, there you go. I was typing and then Jeremy came back. So.
Oh, you guys are good. You're good.
Okay.
I shared the same one because it was a bad connection. Hawk was playing it.
Oh.
But
okay.
Yeah, I have DSL here, so it's.
But you know what? Sometimes your parents need to beat your ass, man.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Nothing lasts long like an ass whipping, man. I mean, you can learn a lot from an ass whipping.
You know what? Ass whipping.
And I don't mean this, man, but I mean like
pain.
That shit.
Is a very powerful teacher. Pain is a powerful teacher. It is.
If I had to go back and relive my childhood, I wouldn't change a thing. And I had my ass whooped plenty of
times. Change the thing. My dad used to come out with a belt and he would loop it over and he would snap it. He'd go, snap.
Yeah,
and you just go, all right, whatever. I'll do whatever you want me to.
You know what the worst was for me? I'll never forget this. Is me and my sister got in trouble and my dad made us go to our rooms and we had to wait for 3 hours. And in those 3 hours, he was in the garage hand making a wooden paddle with holes in it.
With holes in it?
The 3 hours was way worse than the spanking we took. You know what I mean?
Anticipation of the.
Hey, I think you have to.
Humiliation.
Hey, going outside when you know you got in trouble and say, we got whipped with switches. Go outside and get me a switch.
Get your own switch.
Those
yeah,
are
I used to do that shit, man.
You want to hear what was even? I hear you.
I always pick that little one. I pick a little one. They're like, no, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
When you had 3 or 4 of us, when you had 3 or 4 of us all telling lies about we didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. It was like, okay, I want y'all to go out and pick a switch and bring it back. But you're picking the switch for the person that did it. That's ruthless, ain't it?
But you know what? The switch, the switch hurt worse than the paddle.
Only child.
The switch hurt like a bitch. It was like getting whipped, man. I mean, you really have marks from that switch, man. Holy. Well, not that I know about anything like that, but
I remember in grade school and middle school, all through middle school, that the principal was allowed. He had a paddle, and you got sent down, and you got your ass paddled if you did that in school. That happened when I was a kid in school. You didn't want to get just sent to the principal's office.
In junior high school, for me, they had a paddle with holes in it, and you could actually get, because me and a buddy of mine, we got their demerits up to the point of we're almost getting ready to get kicked out of school. But they had this capital punishment thing where we could get paddled and take your demerits off, So we go into school, we were wearing like 5 pairs of underwear. And it was the assistant principal, and I remember he was laughing and we were laughing and shit, man. He didn't know we had 5 pairs of underwear. We probably figured it out, but we took our whipping and they took the demerits off, man. Like 5. I think I had 10. They took like 5 off. I still had 5 left. True story.
I remember my principal's paddles had a big smiley face on it that said "Have a nice day." There's a smiley face on one side.
That's just wrong, man. That's wrong, man. That's fucking wrong, man.
That's like a logical abuse right there.
I remember it to this day. On one side it had a big smiley face, and the other side it said "Have a nice day" on it.
Have a nice fucking day with these big whelps on your ass while you go down.
Right.
You're trying to pick up a
And the
chick on the way to science class.
The one my dad,
You
the
know,
one my
you
dad
know you're
made.
Why
The
you
one my
stressed
dad
like
made,
that?
he
Nah, no
painted it,
reason.
he spray painted it bright orange, and it had 3 holes in it.
Everybody thinks you took a poo in your pants and just duck walking.
you know, it's really bad if it's got a design on it that is kind of
Branded.
intrusive, where basically, you know, that smiley face would have been on your ass when you got home.
That would be funny. That would be like a brand. Wow.
Yeah.
Take that shit home.
Did you get
Freaking
spanked
buster.
in school?
Like have the smiley face in like braille. So when it hits you, it
imprints
sticks.
on your ass. Yep.
Right.
And then your parents check you when you get home to find out or not. Did
You know
get
what? If I was a principal, I was that demented, and I was a principal, I'll put a 666 on there and go, "Wow, take that shit home to your mama. Damn it."
I remember getting whipped on the knuckles with a ruler when I was Catholic
Yeah.
I
school.
did that
like
too.
third
I
grade.
had that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
The wooden ruler that had a piece of metal going down the middle of it. Man.
That's the one.
I have a
Walk
couple of
around
those.
the yardsticks or the poker stick. They had the poker stick that they point at the board when they
It had a rubber tip on the end of it.
Yep.
It had a rubber tip for the
Yeah, but
chalkboard.
you never felt the rubber tip. Trust me, it was the rest of it that you felt.
My grandmother, when we were little, we had this. It was like a little tiny fiberglass bow and arrow. You know what I'm saying? Like just the type of a single string bow, pull back bow.
Many children were killed with that things.
We lost the drawstring for it, and my grandmother, she used it for a switch for us kids because she used to watch and babysit all of the kids for the factory at Beach Nut in Cangahary, New York, in upstate New York. She used to watch all the factory kids because it was a small town, and she was pretty much the daycare. Well, one day she dropped it in between the concrete slabs of the steps, and it like broke her heart, so like for weeks me and my cousins were sitting there for
for 3 days.
trying to dig that little thing out because she was just so heartbroken. It just looked like she was just so heartbroken that she lost that fiberglass. Oh, I'm just so heartbroken. So me and my cousin, she made us feel bad, so we spent like 2.5, 3 weeks with little sticks trying to dig it out and dig it out for her. And when she finally got it, she was like, "Thank you, boys, so much." And then she started whipping the shit out of us for the shit that she couldn't whip us in the past week and a half for.
Let me catch up.
Pull up Anti-Ant Jack's last comment.
Where's it at?
Oh, that's scary.
Funny
he said
story, man.
I don't know where he's at. What,
I
that
don't see
one?
him either.
No. Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Read it.
Jeremy Smith always smiled, being spent, changed positions, and stayed there. My parents knew it'd be me. With her slipper.
Sometimes you get this, you get so into the conversations that you miss the really good comments in chat.
I agree with you on that too, because I'll get into the chat a lot sometimes and be like, what? Good example, and it's kind of along the same lines. But when I got home from work, I was Christina was up at my parents' place, so she's only like 2 houses down, and she was hanging out. Itty Bitty was hanging out with them until I got home. So I got home and she got the new gun safe in, with my new pew-pews in it, my 3 new pew-pews. But they're locked up. I didn't know where the keys were. And I was like, I really wanted the keys and everything, but I was like, anticipation. I was just like, searching a little bit for them, but not really. I was like, fuck it, I'll just take a shower, And then friggin' when I got out the shower, she was here. She was like, "You really want to look for the key? We're looking for the keys, weren't you?" And I was like, "Kind of, a little bit, not really." She was like, "Yeah, you were." And I was like, "Yeah, I just went ahead and took a shower, because the anticipation was kind of killing me." She was like, "You got to find them." And I'm like, "Where the hell are the keys?" And she was like, "They're hanging up on the hook." And I went and opened it up. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty in there. I could fit so many PPs in it. All of my PPs can go in them now.
I am not absolutely trying to one up you.
My little one, itty bitty, she got her PP yesterday. It's a little single bolt action 22, and it's made for kids because every time you open up, it puts the safety on, and it's a single shot, and you close it, and then you have to push the safety, and she looks down the barrel and shoots it, and then opens it up, and it automatically puts the safety on. It's made for gun safety and teaching kids at an early age. I think it's called a cricket.
That's cool. That's really cool.
But yeah, it's a bolt action, But yeah, I've got pictures. I'm going to take video tomorrow over because I told her we'd go shooting tomorrow.
What is it, a BB?
No, it's 22 long rifle.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Has no kick. I mean, it sounds just like a pellet gun. When it goes off, it sounds just like a pellet gun. I mean, there's no kick. When you shoot it, it's like a BB gun, just like that.
They have a little bit of kick. They got a little bit. 22
This has
long.
no kick at all. Like seriously, like when you shoot it, it doesn't move. It's just like that.
It's a rifle or a pistol?
Like let's see if I can get it to pop up on.
No, don't show it because
no, for real. I got it right here.
Okay.
No, I know the exact gun he's talking about.
Okay.
And then hold on. See?
Yeah, I like you.
Yeah.
Bolt action.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That is cool, man. That is
That
super
is
cool.
cool, man.
3 years old, man. Already can shoot hitting targets.
It's like one shot at a time, right?
Yeah. It's only one shot. Every shot she has to open it up.
Yeah,
but she already
open it
knows,
up
like,
and-
when she grabs her, when it, it's like, hey, you want to shoot? And she's like, where's my gun? She'll walk out there with it, and she'll like, let me show you. She's like, hand me a bullet, and she'll sit down, and she knows how to set it down and point it away from everybody.
But let me ask you this, and this is a dumb question, but okay, you put it in, you do the bolt, and or you chamber it, and then you kabloosh.
No, you have to.
No shell comes out, right? You have to pull the empty shell out, right?
You have to open it up again.
Okay. No, that's great.
Shell out, and then you put one more in there, and you close it up. You push the safety off. You pull the trigger, and then you open it. And as soon as you open and pull it back, it automatically engages the safety. Automatically.
Ooh.
Every time you open it and pull it back, it automatically engages the safety.
So you have to, it's a double safety.
So no matter what, you always have to push the safety to be able to. Every time you open it up, and whenever you close it, it's automatically safety. Every time it's opened.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's made for children to teach them gun safety.
No,
like, that's how the gun is made.
Yeah, that's good stuff too. And teaching them young, that's even better because that's
Oh yeah, she knows they're not toys, And whenever she, we shoot the bigger pew-pews or whatever, she always stands way further back. She closes her ears, and I've got earmuffs for her now, But she really wants to shoot them, but she's like, nope, I'm just too little right now. But when I get bigger, I'm gonna shoot that pew-pew. Yeah, she wants to shoot the bigger ones.
How's your next door neighbor dog doing?
Okay, I think I don't know.
I'm joking, man.
Hawk doesn't, with all them German Shepherds, Hawk doesn't even need that.
But like fishing, she's got her own little fishing pole, and like she can cast. Like I only had to show her like 2 times how to cast it, and now she's like, "Bing!" I'm sitting there and fishing.
You got a 300 mag she wants to shoot.
She's fucking country girl. The only thing she's scared of is the lawnmower. She don't like that thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's too damn loud for her. She don't like it. She does not like the riding lawnmower. Anything else though, she loves. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. One night she was just up there. She just wouldn't go to sleep when we were watching it. The next morning she was like, I want to watch a movie. I was like, what do you want to watch? I was like, you want to watch a kid movie? She was like, no. She was like, I want to watch that movie. And she was like, I want to watch them cut him in half. And I was like, no, you can't watch that again. She's like, why not?
Well,
She
why
knows
not?
it's not real, though. I tell her it's not real. All this stuff ain't real. Because she watches like Five Nights at Freddy and she plays a video game. She's like, it's not real. This is fake.
Do you know, I used to work with a guy that worked for Dino De Laurentiis studios down in North Carolina, and all they did was make movies. And he told me that he could not watch a movie now. He can't watch movies. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't watch movies? He can't watch them because he knows how they're put together. Now, he was telling me that like one famous actor would come in and sit in a chair and a table's in front of him, and he does a whole dialogue, like a conversation with somebody. And then he leaves, gets on a plane, and another actor comes in and sits in the other chair and does the conversation with this guy. They've never seen each other. And you know what I mean? And my friend had to do all the lighting and all the, setup and all this happy horse shit. They were sound stages. And he just said, man, I can't watch a movie.
He knows the movie magic.
He knows, every scene he's looking at. And here's another one that's funny, and you can catch it in certain movies. When an actor walks up, they look down, there's an X on the floor, and they'll look down for their mark.
Like
look back up, man. I swear you can catch it in a million movies, man. They look down and look back up.
Good example is I can catch glitches in the movie of like, let's say a birthday scene or something. In one, when they're walking, she's lighting the candles and they're walking over to set the cake down on the table. And then when they turn away and they walk and, talk back in a different angle, she's lighting the candles on the birthday cake.
Right.
Oh, that's continuity. That's just bad continuity is what they call that.
Like little glitches, like, well, she just lit the candles on the freaking there and then put it on the cake, and it was already lit when she put it on the thing. Why is she lighting the candles again? Because they were like, cut, all right, let's blow the candles out. And now you.
But the thing that blew my mind was I'm talking to this guy and I'm thinking, man, I would love to do what you did, man. I would love to help make movies and do everything. And he said it ruined him, man. He wasn't worth a shit. And I had to work with this guy every day. And I was like, yeah, fuck movies, man. I don't want to do that, man. But I still would like to. I mean, it's movie magic, man. I like that stuff.
You're talking about the editing process. You're talking about little small inconsistencies.
Okay.
I can't hear you. Your volume is really low.
You're talking about little small inconsistencies.
But it's still one of those things.
I understand what you're saying.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So
that's
just
that's what I'm saying. It's just like every scene, I'm like, I'm going to notice, hey, man, the birthday cake was lit. Now it's not. Every time I watch the movie, I'm just going to notice it's, and it's something that Christina, my miss, she told me, she said when she was in high school or something, she asked a teacher, or in college or something, or one of her professors asked him a question. And it was like, how come, it's so hard for us to, memorize science or math or geography or history, but we can memorize a song that we've heard 30 years ago, we haven't heard in 30 years, and we know every word beat and everything, where every pause and every symbol and every crash, or we know every movie a movie we haven't seen in 10-15 years, but we see it on TV and we know exactly what's seen in every scene and every line of every movie. How come that's burnt into our brain, but basic math and common knowledge doesn't get burnt into our brain that easily? And my dad used to say the same thing. If I could remember my schoolwork as good as I could remember comedy routines from the 80s and 90s, and you know what I'm saying, then I'd be,
No, but think about this, Jeremy. Why do you remember the dumbest songs like tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree, but you forget the greatest jokes, man? All those great jokes
Yeah.
you've heard over your life, you forget them, man. But the dumb songs still here haunting you.
So, how do you feel about the actress change between Back to the Future 1 and Back to the Future 2 when they had to do the reshoot with the Jennifer character?
Yeah, who was that? Because they got Michael J. Fox, but before that there was another dude.
No, not him.
No,
Jennifer.
Oh,
chick,
you're talking about
his
the
girlfriend.
female part.
Yeah, his
I
girlfriend.
didn't know about that part.
They
Yeah, I
used a
never knew
different
about that
chick.
neither.
They used a different chick, did they?
Well, yeah, I think I never knew about that.
I
Yeah,
knew
I didn't
about
know
the
they
guy
didn't
that
act-
starred in it first, and then they got rid of him. I can't remember his name. Stahl, something. Eric Stahl, something.
Eric, it was
yeah,
Eric
Stahl.
something. I remember
Yeah,
watching it.
that chick and him. But I didn't know they had a different girl because that girl was
I
hot,
didn't either.
man. What was her name? Allie,
No, something
or
Thomas.
something. Man.
Eric
Huh?
Stoltz.
Dear
Yep.
God, I
Yep,
know
that was who.
this because
Drew
I
is
just
right.
watched a lot of this
What was it?
stuff
Eric
today.
Stoltz.
Eric
Yeah.
Stoltz. Yeah, thank you.
But the girl was like Leah Thomas or something like that.
Oh, it could have been Leah Thomas. It could have been her.
For the girl part, yeah, for the female part. But I
But
didn't know
you know
that
what?
they switched.
You know what I just heard today? Did you do know, or I don't know if you do know or have heard that they are making a Beetlejuice 2, right? They're making a
Oh
part
yeah,
2.
it's already out. It's already. I mean, it's already made.
Yeah, and Tim Burton directed this one too. But you know that the father of Leah, you know what happened to him way back? He got found for doing, batty, naughty things with little boys. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
And he's in prison. Yeah. So he said, all the original cast, but they just going to kill that character off, I think.
I thought he was
They
really
did.
dead, man. I thought he was really dead.
If you look at one of the trailers, they do have a funeral scene. That's where I believe they killed the dad off. Yeah.
His name is Jeffrey something, I think.
But yeah, he was also in Devil's Advocate. He was one of the guys.
He was in Ed Wood.
He was also in the movie, I want to say UHF with
Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah. That was a great movie.
That movie.
By the way.
And Richard Davis from Kramer. He was on it too. UHF.
Yeah, he was Stanley Spadowski. Remember that? Stanley Spadowski with his mop.
Yeah, with his mom. Yeah.
I would like
the dumbest movies like that we can remember.
I would like to ask you gentlemen this. Is it necessary to have a Beetlejuice part 2? Is it really necessary? Do we need this?
Well, you know why?
You know what, man? I'm in your camp, man. I'm in your camp. I think it's not necessary.
All right, hold on one
camp,
second,
dude.
Jordan. Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We saw the same
Grandpa's
actor
dead.
so far.
Death is hard.
Yeah, sometimes I think life is harder.
When I was a teenager, a trickster demon terrorized our entire family and tried to force me to marry him. I believed he was gone forever until you found this in the attic.
Ew. Who's Beetlejuice?
Don't ever say that name.
Beetlejuice.
No, Astrid! I am serious. If you say his name 3 times, he will appear.
Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose. I'm gonna make you so happy.
Let's go, Michael Keaton.
The living. The dead. Can they coexist? That's what we're here to find out.
Oh, it is.
Oh. Where is Beetlejuice?
Where's Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Feel free to express yourselves. Don't be afraid.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Really? Is this a figment of your imagination?
I don't know. I gotta
This-
admit.
This is the absolute definition of what a cash grab is.
Well,
That's
that's
what that is.
well, that's
I'm
what I'm
with
trying
I'm
to say,
with you.
man.
I'm with
They
you.
can't think of anything else original to
Right.
write. That's why they're remaking so many old fucking movies or trying to make part
Yes.
twos or
Right.
because no, and to be honest with you, nobody really wants to watch any of the bullshit that they're doing now
But
because
you-
they know
but you
all
know
the
what?
shit that has to go down in the shit.
I gotta be honest.
Always,
Though, that's the first
always
time I
had the
saw
hots for
Mad.
Winona Ryder, and I would turn that frown upside down, baby.
Hmm.
I'm telling you.
But it's just yes, Urban. They're remaking Twister too. They're making a part 2 of Twister. I heard. Yes.
Right. Yeah, there's
And my
no
missus can't
original.
wait to see that. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of want. It sparks an interest because I do like the first one, but still, it's like, why?
Is it supposed to
Twister-
be the same tornado that came back from like 1995 or some shit? It's like Jaws.
No,
It's like
no,
no.
no. Twisters is gonna be the same premise of what Twister was. I would love it to where Twisters was a love child between Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. They had a kid that
Didn't he
went
die?
on to how do you say explore their
Planets.
research to do what they were going to do and further what Dorothy was. I would have loved to see that premise, but no, this new movie is just going to be a remake,
Yeah.
and they don't want to call it a remake, but the trailer shows it being a remake.
Yep.
It's
It's like what was that? What was that one? Patrick Swayze.
Roadhouse.
No, all the kids from the school. Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
They
Oh.
did they redid Red Dawn. You know.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Well,
They redid
that doesn't
Footloose.
really
They
that
redid
doesn't really fall in
Roadhouse.
that doesn't really fall in the same category. That doesn't
Dirty
really fall in
Dancing?
the same category.
Dirty
Why-
Dancing.
Yeah. Footloose. Footloose.
Yeah.
They-
Footloose.
They
Yeah.
should have made
They
Dirty Dancing with me being the star. You know what I'm talking about? I could do
Yeah,
that.
but wait,
Work it, baby.
wait.
I'm telling you, I could
Let's
do it.
think. Let's. I know. Okay. I always ruin it for people that love Footloose, especially females, the older one. Oh, I love Footloose. It's such a great movie, and I'm like, wait. Let's break it down 1 second. So you're telling me that you like it? I think he was 26 or 30 years old, and he slept with a 15-year-old girl
Right.
at a vacation camp to dance with and everything. So, he's that old and sleeping with a 15-year-old that she was on vacation with her parents with a doctor. And but
Dirty Dancing.
it's a love story.
And her last name was Great, so you don't know what.
So you're like, wait a minute. How is that nobody puts baby in the corner? Fuck you, motherfucker. I'm her dad. This bitch is 14 years old.
Say children of the
Years old,
corn.
You know what I'm saying? And you what? Fuck you, son of a bitch.
I'm gonna put your ass in the corner.
Yeah,
What do you think
you
it is?
know.
Hold on,
Children in the corner.
I gotta put it in this perspective.
Okay.
The way that they're doing with Twister and Twisters, just remaking the same movie, and call it a sequel, whatever you want to call it. I put it in the same category with Alien and Prometheus. They are just making the same story over again with better visual effects.
Mhm.
I
That's
agree.
where we're at.
I agree.
Hollywood
I
is
agree.
out of ideas.
It's almost like them remaking the Matrix in 1,000,000 K, like ultra fucking high definition. But remaking the Matrix, but we got to put in a couple more special effects and change a couple of characters. But it's not the Matrix; it's prelude to the Matrix. But we're going to call it the Matrix.
Look what they did with Ghostbusters when they turned the Ghostbusters into all females.
Nope.
They
That doesn't
lost
count. That
tons
doesn't
of
count.
money is what they did.
That doesn't
Lost
count.
Tons of money.
Well, then they did the other one last year on Thanksgiving or 2 years ago, which was pretty cool. And now they're doing another one that's getting ready to come out.
I haven't seen any. I watched.
I've never seen Prometheus, so I have no idea what Prometheus is. So.
Ghostbusters 2016 was a propaganda piece that was put together just to fucking put female characters as to being the representatives of what the Ghostbusters should have been if they were female. Now, it could have been worked. It could have worked if they wrote a script. But it did not happen. They didn't write a script. Paul Feig was just like, "Hey, girls, go."
I agree.
And it was garbage. But Afterlife, I did a good review on Afterlife. I got good notes on it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I didn't mind that movie. I didn't mind it.
I haven't seen that.
Frozen Empire, that one was pandering as shit. It's supposed to be the sequel to Afterlife. That one really has no merit to it. It was just so nonsensical with its nonsensical script writing. There was nothing that made really much of sense in that damn movie. It compared 2016 Ghostbusters all females has nothing to do with the Ghostbusters franchise. There was a whole big controversy about that one, about Paul Feig being mad because it wasn't included in the deluxe DVD editions of the Ghostbusters 1, 2, and Afterlife edition release set. And he was mad because theirs wasn't included, and it was for good reason. But Jesus Christ, that movie was so horrible. There was no writing. There was just no writing. He just turned the camera on and said, "Hey, you're from SNL. You're from SNL. You're from SNL. Hey, improvise." And that's what that movie became. That's what that movie was.
We can tell Buff is very passionate about this.
The one movie that I kind of want to see is Civil War.
I wouldn't waste the time.
I didn't care for it.
Oh, so both of y'all seen it, and it's not that great.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have it on a if you have it on a streaming service that you can access, watch it there.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to buy it or pay for it or anything like that. I'll wait. 9 times out of, I'm very frugal. So 9 times out of 10, I'm always trying to find the freest way to watch something or cheapest way to get something. I'm not doing that.
I would say Civil War, I would say watch it just so you can know. So you can say you saw what you saw, just to say you can understand why it was such an overhyped freaking movie, and realize why it was overhyped. That movie was so overhyped.
All across America.
Yeah, it's a predictive programming is basically what it is. And Jester, there's a link in the private chat for you to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, because when he said Civil War, I was like, but now that I remember seeing this movie with predictive programming. That's exactly what it is.
At the hands of the United States
military. The interesting thing that I found was that neither side really trusted the press.
Damn.
Moving to DC today.
We need to go down there.
I haven't watched it because I think it's going to piss me off.
Every instinct in me says this is.
Yeah.
See, there's one movie I can't remember. Was it Forget the World or something like that?
Leave the world behind.
That one. Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
When I watched that, the first time I watched that, man, I was catching so many red flags. One of the red flags that I caught was the son and the daughter were both wearing T-shirts, and one of them said obey and the other one said NASA. And every time they were walking or whatever, they were always stuck in that position. Obey NASA. Obey NASA. They're in the woods, they're together, obey NASA. They're in the kitchen, they're just standing together, obey NASA. When the Teslas started just going and randomly and blocking up the interstate and everything like that, I was like, I seen that shit, man. I was like, that's a red flag right there. I mean, that movie was just so right on the borderline of what's happening, aka getting ready to happen, could happen, when, if does, if you know what I'm saying.
I had a 2.5 hour review of that movie set to go, but it keeps getting blocked. It keeps getting copyright strikes. I keep changing shit. I keep shortening clips. I keep changing shit. And it keeps getting copyright strict. And I'm about ready to give up on it. I can't stand it. I don't know why they're doing that against my review on that movie, but
you agree that there's so many red flags on that movie. That
oh yeah, it's a movie that goes nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything that goes against their predictive programming narrative is going to be censored the hell out of. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. They're telling us what they want to happen. They're putting it into the people's minds, and they figure if they can drive it in. I mean, how long have we been listening to politicians talk about it? Okay, since Trump ran the first time. They started all their jibber jabber about civil war in 2015. So here we are almost 10 years later, okay, and they're bringing up the exact same narratives. They're putting movies out like this that are basically putting the concept and the idea into people's minds. The news is talking about how Maxine Waters is on TV saying about how the MAGA supporters are in the hills. They're preparing for civil war. You know, I'm sorry, but all the MAGA supporters that I know are working their asses off in order to provide for their families. They don't have time to be up in the hills preparing for war.
Exactly.
Trying to put a meal on the table.
Where are these hills?
Yeah.
Where are these hills? Tell me. I need to go to the hill.
I can tell you all the hills that I have that surrounding me is like horse country, farmland, which is right now soybean and corn, and the US Open golf tournament that's going in Pinehurst number 2 golf course. That's the only hills that I know around this area.
One time I had a guy told me to get a horse and ride up into the mountains and stop bothering people. So
it's crazy.
I did.
It's just like the weird things, like, you know, I said earlier, Steve, how come we're always addressing the elephant and we're never addressing the skunk?
I still got that horse.
The skunk, he's the one that stinks. The elephant's always getting addressed. Nobody's talking about the alpaca in the corner.
The skunk
or the bull, because that's where all the shit's coming from.
Well, what about a chupacabra? You ever had one of them on your property? I did one time, and I killed that thing.
It's just like I said, you know, earlier in the show, for some of y'all that missed it, you know, I love watching the rescued animals and the rescued, you know, crows.
You ever rescued a chupacabra? I rescued one time, and I kept him as a pet. He was like a little monkey, lived in my house, but he kept eating my goats.
But what I'm
kept
saying,
eating my damn goats.
Steve can
Damn it.
agree with me, is
I
you
had to
don't
kill
see
it.
people now
And I ate
putting
it,
up
too.
videos and TikToks of, look, I rescued this fly, this maggot, and he brought all of his family members to come back and feast on the food and shit. Or, look, I saved this whole bucket of mosquito larvae, and look, all of his friends came back, and look, there's cousin Joey, there's Jeffrey right there, and there's Tina. And Christine, I mean, you don't see people saving insects like that, but they want to save their
But
chicken.
you did that one time. You saved all the mosquitoes, and now you're the mosquito king.
I'm the mosquito
All
hater now.
out of
I'm gonna
space
get
and
big
all
flack
time.
over this. They're gonna cancel me for, oh, you say, I can't believe you're talking bad about mosquitoes and flies like
Yeah,
that.
no shit,
How
right?
dare you not want to save the mosquitoes?
But this guy, he's such a horrible person. He's talking about killing mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are
Dare
bugs
you.
too.
Dare
We're gonna
you.
have to end up having to eat them. They're already trying to make us eat
You
cicadas.
eat a lot of mosquitoes to get killed, man.
Eat the bugs. Eat the mosquito.
I only ate 10,000 mosquitoes, and I'm still hungry. It's like eating Chinese food, man. Shit. Hour later, I'm hungry again.
He does have a point, though.
I know I do.
No, not you.
Oh, not me.
I can't see his name. The
Jester?
one with the
Hey.
red shirt
Jeremy.
on.
Yeah, Jeremy.
He
Jeremy.
does have a point.
Jeremy.
It's the way that they're gonna fucking do it. They're gonna keep finding a way to say that, oh, you can't do this because of the mysterious bug that provides nothing for the environment, but we gotta protect it. But when it comes time to it, we gotta plant these windmills that are not gonna do a damn thing for
They're
the
killing them
economy.
damn chuka
But we
chuka
gotta
bugs that
put
we
'em
tried
here.
to save. Sorry, we got to rip their homes up. I know they dug a burrow right here, but we need to put this friggin' windmill up.
Y'all are too young to remember the snail darters. Not daughters, but darters. Snail darters. There was some kind of freaking
Are they extinct?
paramecium. It was some kind of paramecium or something that was swimming in a creek in freaking Washington State somewhere. And they were like, we're not cutting down any one of these trees. It's going to kill these snail darters. I
What
swear.
beneficial improvement that they provide for the environment? Oh, none whatsoever. That's what the government feeds on. It's just we gotta protect this species. What does it do? Don't worry about it. It needs to be protected. Oh, hold on.
You don't want that thing crawling up your ass, my friend, because you're going to get snail darters disease.
Crawling up your ass.
Yeah, well,
Oh my God.
you swim in one of them creeks down there, and you got a snail darter up your ass. And
I love each and every one of y'all, but tonight, right now, it's 1:20 here on the East Coast, and we've been going for like 3 hours and 20 minutes, and I do love
shit.
each and every one of y'all for
Is it
coming
really?
up. I want to go ahead and put last words out there. Yorga, last words.
don't swim with snail darters. Don't do it. Because they swim up your ass and turn you into a snail dart.
Buff? Yeah, Buff. You any last words, bud?
I'm tired of being classified into a fucking race of being, a black guy. Oh, he's going to do that ignorant stuff. And he's going to be that damn. I'm trying to do this with minimal cursing. Don't judge a book by. Basically, don't judge a book by its cover, okay? We are not all the same way as you see in these YouTube videos to where people will cuss out and argue with the police, okay? I'm one of these guys, I come from a different line of breed, and that ain't have to do with family. I'm the black sheep of my damn family, all right? And these guys right here, I only came here because of Steve. And the rest of these guys around him, I love them. You guys are equal-minded thinking people. Love you, but do not think the wrong way about people based on anything. Just anything. Just always be able to accept and listen to what people have to say. Base your opinions. This is my last words. Base your opinions on the people you want to deal with what they have to say. Just listen to people. If they talk good to you, okay, they talk good to you. If they don't talk good to you, let them go.
Yep.
Don't base it on skin color or anything like that. Don't base it on race. Don't base it on that. Just talk to people. We need to talk to people more in this world. And I think that will make us a stronger nation. I really do. Just talk to people. Everybody, just talk to people.
Awesome.
I'm
Steve.
Sicko 221 22276.
You're
We love you.
You're
Me and I can't speak for Jeremy. He's over here. I can't speak for him, but we love you being here, man. And please come back and hang out with us. Man.
I got you.
Well, I told you I don't vouch for anybody really, but
yeah, I know.
vouch for-
That's why the couple that's come in here and you've given me the heads up of if they're good. That's why they've all been ranked.
He's awesome, man.
For the first time being here. Usually I do it 3 shows repetitively. Bam, you know what I'm saying. But when he was like, yeah, I know it's good. You, Steve, last word.
Yeah, mine. One, I literally was just gonna come in for like 20 minutes to show you the salt gun thing, but that's how you know this was a damn good show because I didn't even realize how much time went by.
Yeah,
and that's a good thing. So this is a damn good show. But and then 2, like I always say, kind of similar to what Buff was saying too, is at the end of the day, just because you have differences with somebody, you'd be amazed at how much you have in common. So set the differences aside, let that go, and find out what you actually have in common. You'd be very surprised.
I want to see your salt gun.
You got the salt gun right quick? Show them right quick.
Salt gun.
Like, watch this. Like, I'm getting one of these. They're like 70, 80 bucks. But they,
like
they kill flies. They're to kill flies.
Yes. Yes.
He says they really
like
work.
A shotgun with salt.
Right here, you just put literally it's
regular
just
salt
regular table salt. See? Regular table salt. And then you pump it. My hands
And it makes their arms and legs come off and shit, man.
And then you gotta.
I mean, it's killing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It flies.
And then it shoots salt and it kills flies.
All right. Talk. Last words, brother.
If you wake up in the morning and get ready to go out into the world, believing that you're going to meet nothing but assholes, that's exactly what you're going to meet. So when you wake up tomorrow and you go out into the world, believe that you're going to meet awesome people all day long. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You manifest what you start your day with.
What do I do with all the assholes?
You
Don't
won't
think about them.
You won't find them.
You won't meet any.
Yeah, you won't meet them. Yeah, I find, man, I love
That's so
that.
true, Hawk.
Yeah,
those are great. Yeah, that's so true.
Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with us for these 3.5 hours. Panel,
Yeah.
Hawk, love you. Steve, thank you. Buff, you're welcome. Anytime you see me alive,
man.
I mean, more than welcome. Yorga, you know you're always welcome. You know where I live down south.
Yeah, you can let me in most places.
Be sure you guys visit everybody's channel and make sure you subscribe, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live and each one of these wonderful people are going live up here on the panel. Thank you so much for being with us. God bless each and every one of y'all. And bye.
Hey, and very nice.